4, 3, 2, 1. I did not beat it. Oh man, we waiting. Really? My bad, gang. What's good?
Hey,
What's good with y'all chat? Shout out to Aaron, Billy Bob, D. Lanner, Mike, Oma, Majin Crow. Who is
family.
that, guys? That's a handsome picture. Anyway,
Debatable.
to song. Welcome to One Piece University. It is a great time to be a One Piece fan because right now we just won the trouble. That is live action, crazy manga chapter, 10 out of 10 episode as well. We cannot lose right now. If you're a One Piece fan, you cannot lose. Don't let nobody else from no other fandom try to talk you down right now. Don't let them silence you either. It's our month. It's our year. One Piece on top, man. What's good with y'all, chat?
What's going on, family?
As you can tell by the name, not lose right now. If you're a One Piece fan,
Whoa.
you cannot lose. Don't let nobody
Where
else.
that coming from?
Oh, okay. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but yeah. Anyway, as y'all can tell by the title, we're going to be discussing the One Piece live action, along with the chapter 2, because we didn't talk about that last week because of our amazing guests hadn't read it yet. Still a cool little fun stream, you know what I'm saying? Nothing major. So, let's hop to it. Preach, JJ, how y'all boys feeling?
Feeling great, but how about yourself?
Can't complain. Life, you know,
Absolutely.
life is life. No point in complaining most of the time.
Yeah, man, it was a good week. You know, with the live action coming last Thursday, and we had that new, we had Hidden coming through. Appreciate him sliding through. But even at that point, I still ain't had a chance to digest the show anyway. So the last thing I wanted to do was talk about the first 45 minutes of the episodes that I saw. So I'm glad that we had that reason to be able to put that on hold and be able to talk about it a week later when I had time to be able to thoroughly enjoy it, watch a couple of episodes 2-3 times, because One Piece is the best story, and it don't matter how we tell the story, it's going to be fire either way. I'm so happy that these people made our story come to life for live action. I don't know nothing about them other animes. I'm sure y'all know, so I can't even gripe or compare them to the other ones. But obviously, I picked the right show because you can't fail. Oda made it. Oda made One Piece fail proof. We gotta appreciate our guy, yo.
You feel me? Look, chat, who we drawing today? Let me know something. I got a, got a Crow's Art Corner. We got to draw something about it. I didn't pick before the stream, so let me know something. A friend of mine said Katakuri, but I think it's gonna be
𝚘𝚙𝚢 with Zoro's sword, man.
Man, look, I'm tired of Marines. But nah, I should try to draw like a live action character as a comic. Not a comic, because I'm not doing comic. But like a cartoon version of a live action character. That don't sound like a bad idea. I don't want to. You just reminded me of that 𝚘𝚙𝚢 scene. And you know what I'm saying? That, I was trying to forget it. Are we doing spoilers? Spoilers for what? We're not. I don't know. I haven't read any spoilers for the new chapter, so I'm not. But I'm not sure.
I'm spoiler free, yo. You know,
JJ
I know,
spoiler free anyway.
I know most of the team has converted, but I still like to just wake up with OP scans, see how they wrote it, and then wait for the. Nah, I ain't gonna hate too much, but yeah, I'm still spoiler free, y'all. If you're talking about spoilers in regards to the live action, like we will be talking about the series from beginning to end. So please understand that will be spoiler full. But in regards to 1092, I don't know nothing. Please leave me alone. Come on, y'all. Don't do me like that.
I don't think they out yet, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, okay. Ain't no telling, man.
I draw the 𝚘𝚙𝚢 as a part of the. You talking about live action? Oh shit. Okay, he just waffling anyway. I'm gonna draw the 𝚘𝚙𝚢 in as a extra, but I need a main cat. I'm thinking about Katakuri. How you feeling about cat? Chat.
How about Mihawk talking to Garp on his 𝚘𝚙𝚢? He had to have a 𝚘𝚙𝚢. He was talking to him on the series, right? I don't remember actually seeing it though. He had like an earpiece or something like that, right?
Yeah, he answered it as if he had a Bluetooth. Now that I think about it, that's what it seemed
I
like.
don't remember him holding nothing, just too busy causing wreckage. That was one of the hardest scenes in the whole show right there.
It was. It really was.
Yeah, that was dope. I ain't gonna cap.
Absolutely. I don't remember seeing no black sword though, but
It had a little shade.
Mihawk, I forgot how good he was. Like because I always was a big Mihawk fan early on, and I think in the live action too, he was better than Shanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's considering that area of the show story, right? And even in the manga, having Mihawk over Shanks is not crazy. We didn't have the Yonko yet. We didn't have Marine Ford. So just from what we saw, like, if it was somebody that's never watched One Piece and just has only seen like the first 50 episodes and just the live action, I wouldn't be surprised if they say, well, this guy's stronger than Shanks. What has Shanks done? Just get his arm chopped off.
Shanks' crew was the one doing all the work in the beginning. When Mihawk appeared on One Piece, the show took a whole nother step up in regards to, like, to me, like, I didn't fall in love with One Piece because of the action and all of that stuff. It was the comedy. I felt like it gave good stories, had strong morals. But when Mihawk stepped in, it was like, okay, now we're going to see what this action is about. So, I mean, I don't see how anybody can really debate it at that point. Like you said, there wasn't no Yonko talk. So it was really like Shanks was just a mentor at that point. And Shanks is being a mentor for some little boy in the East Blue. And then Mihawk shows up and says, that whole sea is ass. Like, yo, why wouldn't we think that Mihawk was top dog at that point?
Preach for me to draw live action Ben Beckman. I'm not doing that, bro.
Oh, no.
He's been through enough, man.
Oh, no.
But it was trending. I bet he was like, yeah, man, I just was on this One Piece show. Everything was good. We got great reviews. He probably would have Twitter typed in Ben Beckman was like, oh, shit. Why does everyone hate me?
He had like one line in the whole show.
Like, I remember last week we talked about, you know, just a little snippet in regard to the show, and I was like 5 minutes into seeing Shanks, I kind of like forgot that Shanks didn't have that aura, that I didn't really feel that aura from him. But when Mihawk pulled up on him at the end, I was like, yo, he's not that guy, yo. Like, it switched up on me towards the end. But maybe it's just the fact that Mihawk just has so much gravitas about him. Like, yo, Shanks was supposed to have matched him in one type of way, whether it be swag or demeanor or something. But, oh, man, once they were standing in the same screen together, it was like, yo, these dudes did not fight each other. I was going to say something regarding swords, but I'm just being mindful of that. So, yeah, these guys did not fight each other in that story. Yo, I didn't get that feel.
I like that one.
But how would y'all rate with the series, you know, everybody taking in the whole series, how would y'all rate it all together?
I was looking at an 8.5.
I'll give it a 9.
I'm thinking 8.5 too. I mean, there's definitely some gripes. Sometimes the emotions didn't hit as well as the anime did or the manga altogether. But you could kind of understand that because they tried to make it a little bit more realistic, and some things were just so foolish that it probably would just be hard to portray it for real. But I mean, in regards to key points, I feel like everything was good. And honestly, like, the ending with Garp kind of turned me off. I can't lie.
I felt like they should have had it more obvious that he was just trying to test and fuck with Luffy. Like, throughout the story, it made it seem as if he was genuinely, like, mad and upset and actually trying to get rid of, you know what I'm saying? But then it felt like such a huge turn, like, okay, I was just testing you. Like, no, that didn't feel right at all. I'm not gonna lie. They should have had him same goofy Luffy. I mean, damn, same goofy Garp. But he was like, this is my grandson. He want to be a pirate, so we finna see if he really about that pirate life. I would have preferred that instead of him feeling like a man child.
Yeah, them temper tantrums was wild. Like, you could kind of see it within Garp's character, but for him to just break stuff and then just be laughing after the fact, I was like, bro, is everything okay? Like,
like he feels like
really able to take in, like, he really didn't know how to feel. Like, obviously that shows like him being torn about his grandson, who he wanted to be one way, ended up being another. But the Garp guy didn't emote it as well as I feel like it may have been able to. And then the final fight, like, I love that they portrayed Garp to be like a monster. And it was just like, okay, you got beat up and you still had your principles, so I'll let you slide. It was like,
I was so happy that he threw the cannonball at the ship, though. That's what I was hoping to see. But y'all want to go episode by episode, though, while we talk about it instead of just bouncing around like this?
Yeah, we could do
Yeah,
that.
we could do
All
that.
right, bet. All right, I'm gonna pull it
Just
up.
give us like a short summary.
Yeah, I got you. But while I'm looking for these, did anyone watch the episode from the anime last week?
I didn't know. I'm not caught up on the anime.
Hey, I'm a few episodes behind, but I'm hearing like some amazing conversation, man. Talk to me, Crow.
Listen, I mean, I can't spoil it because it's One Piece. You know what I'm saying?
We've seen it already, yeah. Or read it already.
That is the best action sequence I have seen in One Piece and even in most anime. It's so fucking long, bro. Like, it was. You know how they took King's dragon and made it out to be so much more than what it was in the manga?
Yeah.
They took Luffy lightning, him grabbing that lightning, and made that shit like an amazing spectacle. Like, he was bouncing off the clouds, going inside the clouds, grabbing streaks of lightning. Bruh, I can't even like really put it to words how good it was, bro. That shit was fucking crazy. Y'all gotta check that shit out. Even if you just look at that scene, like, that was the best Gear 5 episode for sure. And the best action sequence in One Piece to me, like, not even close.
Give me a quick reminder. I saw the last episode before they did a recap. So how many episodes have there been new material after the recap? Has it just been one or two?
I think this is the one since the recap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I ain't even watched the recap, so I
Excuse
figured
me.
I may have been
Yeah, I
like
didn't
2 or
watch
3
that
behind.
bullshit. Maybe there might be one in between, but I'm thinking that the recap was last week, and this week was when they continued on.
But your boy King of Lightning, he literally put that on, I think, on one of his thumbnails, like the best action sequence ever. And I was like, oh, I need to get to this episode,
Right,
man.
'cause like I said, you just gotta watch it. Just go watch it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. They got a new opening too, bro.
How is it?
I like it. It feels like a how can I say this? It feels like a love song to the Wano arc. Like it feels like when you know something's for the end, so you just got this nice, cool, mellow song, a whole bunch of beautiful clips. They had the greatest Marine of all time make a short cameo, so that's always gonna be hype.
Smoker?
Green Bull,
Oh.
come on, now.
I'm still mad at y'all about how y'all played Smoker last week, though, man. I'm still a little tight about it. I talked to my girl about it yesterday, man.
Really?
I was like, I was in there. I'm feeling like Crow, just all by myself over here trying to defend my guy, and everybody like, I'm just happy y'all gave him a B. The way y'all was talking, I'm sure he was about to be the head top guy when it came to the C class. But
No, I fuck with Smoker. Like I said, I just feel like Fuji is just Smoker but better. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna do Katakuri, bro. Let me see if I can find a picture.
had a curry eating the donut.
I can't do that shit.
Katakuri being defeated by Luffy, laid out.
Just Katakuri. I ain't good enough to draw poses yet. When I get enough, you know.
Stop doubting yourself, yo.
Shit.
Then we were doing that scribble joint. You pulled that Doflamingo glasses out in like 15 seconds. I was like, yo, this guy is nice.
Not with the mic. I mean, not with the mouse.
Ew.
No, sir. Not me.
But getting back to the live action, I feel like episode 1 did a real good job of like.
Yeah, I got the episodes pulled up.
It did a really good job of depicting the story, you know, giving us a good setup. Like, you know, that difference with Garp being with Roger at the execution, I didn't mind that at all. I love people talking about that girl being Crocodile. Like, that's literally one of the funniest things I remember seeing on Twitter when the live action first came out. When people started throwing that out there, I was like, I got to stay off Twitter because I don't want to be spoiled on nothing. But
somebody sent me that on Instagram.
Yeah, I think it's Croc.
You think it's crap?
Yeah.
Well, if it is, bro, that's a goated Easter egg right there.
It felt so random, right? Like, who is this woman?
they gave her a lot of attention too,
Yeah.
boy. Like, almost more than Shanks. Like,
Yeah, Shanks was back there looking like one of the actors from Home Alone or whatever. He was looking lame as hell when he was a kid. I ain't gonna lie.
Shanks looked like he did not know that guy that was getting executed. Like, he was just out there to just see what everybody else was looking
He
at.
said, "What's the big deal here?" You know what I'm saying?
No emotion or nothing. Daggone, the back of Dragon's cloak gave more emotion than Shanks did. Like,
Now, why the hell they gonna show that dude that got casted as Dragon just to have that be his only scene?
Was he in? I didn't see him.
They just had the cloak. Literally, it was the green cloak.
Just if you look for a guy with a green hoodie on, that's Dragon. You had to know that too.
Cause like they did, I don't know, they wild with that one.
Because I was expecting because we knew he was in the series, so I thought we were going to see Lawtown. But yeah, I was looking for him. I didn't see him.
Yeah, I really thought, we knew that they was gonna have the East Blue Five together. I did think they were going to eventually end it at Lawtown because I could have sworn, well, maybe I'm getting it mixed up with Captain Morgan's area, but I could have sworn that they was going to be in Lawtown somewhere towards the end. But I think cranking up this season 2 with Smoker and them entering Lawtown, I think that'll be a good start either way.
Yeah, for sure. My son
One
crying,
thing
by the way,
in the first episode, my biggest complaint was Zoro, bro, because I just didn't like how we see him from the beginning. He's punching, he's throwing kicks, and to me, it just didn't feel like Zoro. Just that aspect of it, but it's like I guess, chat. Let me know. Am I nitpicking it? Because I feel like it could be. But we know, like with King, when he fought King, he even pointed out he's like when King punched him, he was saying that he's not a true swordsman, and I don't know, bro. I feel like that's such a core element for Zoro. Like he really is live or die with the swordsmanship. So I don't know, but overall, the first episode was incredible. I think it was maybe the best episode.
I can understand that. I mean, but at the same time, in the story, I don't know about manga wise, but the first time we saw Zoro, he was going upside Helmeppo's head because the stupid dog. So like, we've seen him not use his sword. My thing is if you're not really dealing with a threat like that, like why even pull out the Wado? So I can understand it. But if you're gonna complain about Zoro, like Mr. Seven being a black man, like that definitely was funny, man. They could have picked anybody, but
Bro,
they had to
Mr. Seven
start off with allegations.
Mr. Seven wasn't a black man, like in the way Oda's let us see how he looked, right? Am I making that up?
Say that again.
So I don't think he was actually black, like in the
anime.
He was never animated, but I think Oda drew him. I'm not sure. I may be making that up.
Search them up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Let
he
the
doesn't look
allegations
black.
begin.
Yeah, Zoro.
I'm just glad they ain't make one of the Cat brothers siblings with Kuro black, and it just would have been all the way over, man.
Yeah, I wonder how intentional some of these things are, like Mr. Seven being black, and some other stuff too. Like I noticed a lot of times Zoro just get lost, and I feel like that is intentional, bro. Like it's a little Easter egg.
Oh, it was for sure during the
Seer Village, right?
Yeah, Seer Village arc.
He kept getting lost.
He's like, there was like, we're gonna split up, and he just went back to the front. Like I was like, yeah, that's definitely a dodge or whatever the fucking word is to Zoro getting lost.
Then he couldn't find the alcohol in the mansion.
Yeah.
He got lost.
I gotta restart this bullshit.
I'm glad Luffy didn't get caught into a whirlpool because it just would make no sense for that little barrel to survive that. That was cool. It literally cracked me up that Luffy was in the barrel sleep. Like how can your mind wrap yourself around making yourself comfortable in the barrel to fall off sleep like that? But I really like, Alvida was my girl. Like, I wish I had Prince here. I could be like, I need you to make a poll, Alvida or Lizzo, because like, the big girls was representing, and I like, I know One Piece, we don't kill nobody, but Alvida was like, I don't care nothing about what y'all do on that anime. I'm smoking people before we even see it. Like, she caught 5-6 bodies off rip. She was walking around looking for Zoro. When the man said something that was halfway indecent, he got bodied too. I was like, I like this Alvida, and to see that they're gonna finish, they ended the series with her linking up with Buggy, that definitely made me happy as well. But I imagine the next time we see her, she's gonna be more Rihanna than Lizzo, So we'll see how that goes.
Katakuri might be a little bit too hard for me. I don't know. Jesus Christ, I'm struggling.
You gotta go with Beckman.
Bro, I'm not. I'll draw anime Ben Beckman.
Draw the fattest Ben Beckman you could draw, dog. That's what you got to do. Draw the most disrespectful Ben Beckman because Yo, they did not care who Ben Beckman was. That was preposterous, yo.
Bro, them
And
niggas
you
don't do
realize
that.
like that was a kid Luffy. So next time we see him, he gonna be like 10, 12 years older. Like this man is gonna look disgusting next time we see Ben Beckman, man. Ben Beckman is not stronger than Luffy. I'm saying that just off the live action. Ben Beckman is not stronger than Luffy.
It did feel like they just like found somebody like, oh, we got everybody casted. Hold up, are we forgetting somebody? Ben Beckman, like, okay, let's just grab somebody on the street. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Somebody uncle or some shit. I don't know who he's supposed
Maybe
to
nobody
be.
wanted to be Ben Beckman.
Man, why not? He's top one.
Something like it. Not no more. Man.
You brought up a good point. Is like, what happens if? Because I feel like Kobe and Luffy, they keep doing the series for. They said they want to go to Water 7. I mean, Kobe, like, they're gonna look older in like 5-6 years from now. So I feel like it's gonna be weird, bro. Because they don't get that much older, and Kobe's gonna have to go through an entire transformation physically. Luffy, I feel like he's gonna just look older, bro. It's like even the whole Straw Hat crew.
Ben Big Man.
Well, I mean, I'm actually cool with that. I mean, if we're being real, if you're traveling the seas, from island to island, it shouldn't like how the whole pre-time skip was like what, a few months, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
That's the problem with the story as is. Like getting from island to island should take us like a few months within itself. So I mean, you know, bringing the realistic aspects to such a fantastical show, I don't mind it in that regard. And plus, I just think like, yo, once we see if we get to Wano, like, yo, we got to see yoked up Luffy and like give that boy like 10, 6, 7 years to grow. He may actually end up looking like a guy who could just bend steel without even touching the steel, you know?
Would y'all be mad if let me pick up my phone, this shit going. Would y'all be mad if they went the other route that Oda was looking at, where the warlords like are like the main? Because I don't see them going to Wano, right? I just don't see it.
Yeah, it's too far in. Yeah, I don't see it. I think maybe Marineford, but I think even that's kind of
that's kind of
pushing it.
I think
bro.
Enies Lobby would be a good stop point.
That's it. I'm thinking like by the time we get to maybe season 3 or 4, oh God forbid, but maybe the real series may be over from that point. So with us already knowing what the One Piece is and everything at the end, then we could really look at the series from like where Oda wanted to make it as, and be more understanding of the fact. Because, well, like in the intro, we're seeing stuff, you know, with the execution. Initially, we didn't know Crocodile was there and Doflamingo and all these other people. That was hundreds of chapters later. So they could still find a way to tell the story of everything else that happened. Maybe not Whole Cake Island and everything, but a lot of stuff that happened that we didn't get until later on in the show. We could add that into the show with, you know, all the array of characters that we're going to have, because everybody got a backstory that includes somebody. So we may be able to get a lot of that stuff in the past without getting all the stuff that we got in the future and still getting to the same point.
I like it. Or maybe just
but
I feel like them considering that, you know what I'm saying, this is already an anime that has 1,000 episodes. We don't have to do this whole story, right? The whole thing for this was to increase global awareness and make One Piece a bigger brand than what it already is. And it did that with season 1. So I don't think that we need to go all the way to Marineford, or even definitely not Wano, to accomplish what they've already accomplished. Anything else they make would just be out of love for the story. You feel me?
Bro,
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends how much money it's bringing in. Like, we know it had a huge investment, and we know they had a huge budget for this season.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they made a lot of money on it, they're gonna keep doing it. If it continues to be a successful series, I think they'll just keep going. But
they might hit the Netflix curse though. You know, they like the more money. You know, they got to pay actors per episode, so they start trimming down the episode count later on in later seasons and just making the episodes longer. So maybe they might, you know, run into that problem. That's why, you know, like the Stranger Things last season was 4 episodes, but it was like an hour and a half shit because they didn't want to pay the niggas. So
is that like the writing strike, right? I heard a writer's strike.
That was because of the writers. This was just Netflix being shitty. But I know now that the actors are involved in that too, and also the writer's strike is also impacting the One Piece series as well, because they said they got the script and all the shit pointed out, and they said whenever the strike ends, probably like a year or a year and a half of filming, and they can probably be ready to drop another one. You know, but all just depending on this. They be doing them writers dirty, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw somewhere, I think Andrew put in the chat that season 2 is already written and everything. It's just with the strike, they're just not submitting the script, I guess.
Yeah, some shit. I don't know. Anyway,
But yeah,
I think I'm gonna draw 𝚘𝚙𝚑𝚝 because he was the coolest red hair pirate in the
He was, yeah.
in the
He
live
definitely
action.
was.
I don't respect 𝚘𝚙𝚑𝚝 on this side. I'm sorry.
And I also liked how he had the little fro during Luffy's backstory, and then they had him with dreads during the current story when Mihawk pulled up on him.
I gotta check that last scene again. I didn't really look at the whole red hair pirates like I should have. I was too busy hating those things, but I did like
hating those shakes. Jesus. I was liking it because I was like, "Yo, where?" I was like, "Where's 𝚘𝚙𝚑𝚝?" I was like, "Oh, that's him with the dreads." I'm tripping. Lucky Roo was dope too, but 𝚘𝚙𝚑𝚝 he had the coolest scene for sure. But it bounced the ball off the thing.
And while we talking about the red hair pirates, like I didn't like the fight that they had with them mountain bandits. Like
it did make it seem a lot more difficult than it actually
was.
Like the manga, I feel like if anybody would like to go to watch the manga, yeah, I'm saying they'll be like, "Yo, Big Beckman just did these boys by himself. He didn't even do nothing in the live action, bro."
And the thing with Lucky Root too, where I think it was they missed a scene where the guy pulls out the gun first.
Yeah, they didn't do. I wish they would have did that.
Yeah, because that hits harder when Shanks has that line where he's like, "We don't play with guns," and then Lucky Root comes in, but they skipped that one, like that short line. And I think that really was the main setup for that entire scene. Yeah, that was very impactful. Don't look down on the meat beat down. My bad. He was getting active with that meat in his hand. Pause. He was going crazy. That was a funny scene. But I don't know. I feel like this is my biggest worry. Like outside of Mihawk, which was swordsmanship, right? I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to like accurately portray like strength in the One Piece world, right? You don't think so?
Because look at the Garp fight. Like he didn't seem strong to me. He was just. I know he wasn't trying to defeat
not even
Luffy.
Close, bro. Like if he wanted to, like a Galaxy Impact, he would be done. If it was one like manga Garp, it's a different story.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna scale it down a lot. Like what makes somebody look really strong, and I might not be a fan of that, but I mean, we'll see when we get there.
Yeah, one thing I was talking to Wizard of Wars about this. If we do get to Water 7, bro, it's like I really am worried about guys like Kaku, bro, because I know he already looks weird in the anime, but in the live action, bro, I can't even imagine if they can get characters like that, right? Even Chopper, I'm kind of worried about Chopper in the next season.
Bro, I was talking to my girl about that because she watched the live action with me. She's not a One Piece fan, but she's like, I mansplain a lot, so she's aware of what's going on. And I was like, bro, she really liked the live action. She was like, that felt like it was too short. I wish it was some more. She was like, how they gonna do Chopper? I was like, I'm hoping they just make him a little boy with horns and like he transforms into his reindeer form, you know what I'm saying, when necessary. But don't have him like, because I feel like that's gonna be like a huge waste of budget too if he's always in that reindeer form.
So you don't like the Chopper and Grand Line Reviews new video?
Bro, oh my fucking god. I saw that though. I was like, I'm not watching this video.
Y'all talking about Chopper, but I'm more worried about Brook. Like you.
Oh my god, I think they're just gonna make Brook a human. Yeah, we gotta stop this story. I ain't gonna lie. Before we get bro. Stop this shit and see if it is lobby, bro. Frankie, oh my god, they're gonna have to switch Frankie whole fit up. Bro.
Frankie walking around in a Speedo the whole series.
Nah,
One Piece just gets weirder and weirder. I feel like throughout the whole series.
I don't see it happening, man. Chopper might scare me.
Frankie's gonna be a perfect character coming into the crew, man. Stop playing,
yeah. I hear you, pal. I'm gonna pray for it.
I like how Sanji still gets rejected by Nojiko.
Hey, he was spitting though. He low key was raising up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think if you give him a little bit more time, you have it in the bag.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. He whipped up something out of some oranges and a little bit of rice. Like, yo, please.
Shout out! I never had no food this good before. Like,
Birthday
Bro, it
too.
was funny, bro. He said, I could give you a lesson.
private cooking lesson. Oh man,
2 more meals, and she would have joined the Straw Hat crew too.
for sure. Cabin girl for Sanji's room. Brooke will be easier to do than you think. Shit, if you think so. I mean, it just depends on how hard they sell into the designs of that manga character. Because I mean, like I said, Brooke they can probably pull it off for a little bit, but I'm worried that like if we have every time Brooke is on screen, he's a bone man that's covered with CGI. That's gonna be like heavy on the budget. I feel, and same with
It should-
Chopper.
I think it's easier to do a prop with Brook. I mean, he's just a skeleton,
A prop.
but yeah, like a prop, they can create the skeleton. But I think with Chopper is hard, bro, because he has different forms, and like you said, like he's always in that main form, and that's like I think the hardest one to do.
Yeah, well, I'm
They
scared.
could
This is
maybe
not
do it where
Yasop.
he's mostly in his reindeer form, but
This is not
I think
like
that wouldn't fit
Yasop,
his
bro.
character.
They're gonna get a little person in a reindeer human suit.
I'm scared of that. This looks like a young Yasop, if anything. Maybe I should finish the hair.
But yo, once they got to the Navy base, they didn't make Captain Morgan the jerk that they should have made him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was literally no reason for Garp to have that man on a stake. Like,
And then they didn't do a good job making it seem as if. I mean, I wish they would have alluded to Kuro that Django. They wrote Django out, right? So they couldn't do it. But I would have liked if Django was in it, and they would have alluded to the fact that it took for him to use the hypnosis to trick him into being how he was. Instead, they just made it seem like he agreed to it. Why is Yasop's lips like this? Oda, we're gonna have to have a word, brother.
I like the fighting in the first episode when you have Nami, Zoro, and Luffy. And I forgot Nami was she was pretty cold, bro, in the East Blue Saga with that, what is it, like that kung fu stick?
yeah, she had that Donatello from Ninja Turtle stick.
Yeah, bro. I mean, even in the first episode, it was. I remember that I kind of missed that Nami, but I wish they would bring it back every now and then in the manga.
Coward,
But yeah, I mean, she's still overpowered now. She got Zeus, but
unfortunately for you.
It's tough. I mean, you know, she was in the East. She can handle people in the East Blue, but when you in that new world and everybody got extreme hockey, like, nah, you better use your wand, girl. But yeah, Emily Rudd is definitely a top 5 character when it comes to that show, man. Emily Rudd, Helmeppo, Mihawk, yo. Like, you can't tell me Zoro wasn't the main character of the One Piece series, man. Like, yeah, Luffy walking around all happy and everything, but just off the fact that his fights had to have so much animation, and Zoro's fights was just a nice dude with a sword, like, his fights came off, you know, feeling more important, more impressive. Like, yo, Zoro was the guy, yo. I ain't got no complaints about that Zoro dude, man. I remember when I used to watch wrestling. Well, shoot, I still watch wrestling, but when I used to get into the documentaries and everything, they say when they trying to build like a superstar, they want the guy that the dudes want to be and the guy that the girls want to get with. And if Zoro ain't that man, I don't know what it is, man. I don't want to be. I want to be Zoro.
You want to be Sanji?
Sanji, bro. I'm glad you did that.
Let's talk about it.
Like, I love the fact that they gave Mihawk the props because it did go with the story of him just smashing Don Krieg's crew. But the fact that, you know, Don Krieg's crew didn't come to Baratier and they wasn't able to see, like, Luffy's will in the fight against the Creed pirates. Like, it really took away the point of like why Sanji really joined the crew.
Yeah, I felt like, and then the send off felt very lackluster. Like when he in the manga, he told him, but in the live action, he said, "Don't let your feet give out" or some shit like that. In the manga, he was like, "Don't catch a cold," bro. It felt so much more, cause you could tell like they was both trying not to talk and cry about it and shit, and he just had to say that. I don't know. It felt way better in the anime and the manga. I'm not even trying to be that guy, because you know what I'm saying, I love that live action, but I feel like Sanji's exit and just in general, him joining the crew felt like it took the least work. Like it felt like Usopp had to go through the Syrup Village stuff. Yeah, Usopp went through the Syrup Village stuff. Zoro and Nami was saying they wasn't the crew for the whole fucking season. Sanji was like, "Yeah, man, oh fuck it, let's go." You feel me? Like it felt like it didn't take nothing for him to join.
Yeah, and I think some of that too is we didn't. I mean, like in the anime, it feels like Sanji, and you could feel it's kind of like a brotherly bond with the other cooks. But I don't think you felt that in this one. And so like when he's leaving in the anime, when they're all crying, or I think it's Sanji crying, right? And like
he was trying not to. It was Patty and all them was crying.
Yeah. Okay, so like and that's like you can feel like it's more of a send off. I feel like now it's just kind of just him and Zeph.
Yeah, good. I agree with that. It felt Absolutely. Like
and that was the same thing with Mihawk and Zoro. Like it feels more impact when everyone's watching Zoro lose. It's like you can feel like he's getting embarrassed by Mihawk in front of everyone, and he's breaking down, crying in front of everyone. I feel like it's just a more emotional moment when everyone is there and they're all seeing it.
Agreed. I mean, the Zoro Mihawk fight was nice though. I think they did that well, but them just challenging each other like you could have literally just Zoro challenged him to a duel in front of a group of people, and everybody come in like, "Yo, I gotta get up and watch the world's strongest swordsman fight." Like,
yeah, bro, it's literally Mihawk, bro. It's like, come on. Yeah. Like I would like it more if it was more of like a hyped event where once Zoro challenged him, how you said, JJ, then everyone wants to watch it. Because I mean, he challenged him in a bar. You would expect some people to hype it up.
Yeah, because there was a lot of pirates there, right?
Yeah, it's like there's no way that no one else noticed that Mihawk is there.
Like a warlord of the sea walked in, everybody was just like, "Yeah, man, it's food busting." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that man's supposed to walk in, and we like. I like how they, you know, Usopp was telling his lies, and then we pan over, and he's telling a lot of Mihawk. So, you know, that way it would surprise us. But in regards to everybody else on that ship, everybody should know who a warlord is, because if you a pirate, he got the right to do you in, and he can't even get no repercussions about it. So once he started having a conversation with Zoro, everything around the Baratie should have been focused on those two boys. And then that just would have made that fight just that much more interesting. And even with that, you know, Zeph could have had Sanji looking at Zoro and be like, "Yo, that's the will that it takes. Like, yeah, you gonna fall on your face, but anything that's worth achieving is going to come with some hardships." Like, but yeah, Baratie missed a lot of emotional impact in a few ways. But
yeah, Baratie
it was still fun, I think it was the most rushed arc.
And it felt like that felt so off, because it seems like when you look at the set and like everything that was going on, it felt like it had the most love put into it. But once you got there, the content was like lacking.
The pacing was weird, and maybe it's just I would have preferred if they maybe sped up Syrup Village a little bit more. That's just my personal thing.
It didn't need 2 episodes in my opinion.
I don't really like Syrup Village at all, and it wasn't bad. Like it was good in the live. It was better in the live action, but I mean, Baratie is an amazing arc, especially for the beginning of the story. I feel like you might want to put more focus on it.
But I mean, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, if we're talking about the live action getting new people into, I feel like you got to focus on the better parts more.
And then they made Captain Kuro have the speed and everything that you would expect. Once he actually started fighting Luffy, like once he got caught one time, he was like, "Yo, I don't got speed no more." Like that took away from it too. So yeah, that's just another thing that I feel like Luffy's fights weren't as impactful as they could have been, because you know, Luffy was getting sliced up by Kuro in the fight in the show, but you know, mind over matter. I'm going to take these small little jabs so I can hit you with this haymaker. And I mean, he hit him with the haymaker at the end, but you know, we was already catching bodies. You know, he put the blade through Mary, took him down. Luffy should have took a lot more damage to, you know, actually slow down. Is it Koro or Kuro?
Kuro.
Kuro. Okay.
Damn, what the fuck?
Okay. A little bit more offense to be able to finish that man off. It would have made it, you know, more impactful to me. But it's like once he figured him out, like the fight was almost over from that point.
Was I the only person who thought that they hinted at Luffy having observation hockey in that fight?
Yeah, I thought that was what they was about to do. Then they just made it. But he was just listening. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Could be like a foreshadowing, but
yeah. I like how they made the Shanks and the Sea King moment definitely like Conqueror's hockey.
Absolutely. Like, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt watching that show.
yeah, that Sea King looked really good too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I
will
think
say
as
another
far as
thing.
how it looks, like with the sets and everything, the whole world, it looks really good. It really feels like One Piece, so I enjoyed as far as visually, and just like the simple things like that. I mean, that's what I want when I think of a live action. I just picture how could Baratie look in real life. So I think from that aspect, they nailed it for sure.
They made it look great. It looked better, if anything. I ain't gonna lie. Because you had the bars and all that. Zeph got it going on, boy.
And how is he in the East Blue and over here and Garp is over here like, I wonder what happened to Red Legs. Like, bro, like you the Vice Admiral. This is basically your sea, and you don't know who's over here.
But bro, that Garp and Zeph scene was hilarious.
It was fun. I wish they would have met in the live action. I mean, in the manga now.
Yeah, that was funny. Garp. Okay, so you want to get into Garp because I had some problems with Garp from the beginning, but I've seen some people say they love Garp.
If I didn't know who Garp was, I would love Garp. But I know who Garp is, so.
I mean, I feel like Garp really did a good job of displaying his character throughout the whole series. I just felt like the build up to how it ended. That's just my issue. But I feel like him basically telling Kobe to go with his morals and stuff of that sort. That's the type of stuff that you need from his character. Everything around Garp for the most part I really did enjoy. I think it's kind of wild that you would send the Warlord after your boy though. But
one thing I was. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead because I mean I just like I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I really did like Garp's character. I just didn't like how they rushed the ending and then just made it be like, oh, I was just testing you. That was really my only complaint.
Yeah.
I think actually I kind of feel like the opposite. Like at first I was thinking this is not Garp, and I think towards the end I kind of see the story they were going for. Zeph was the one who kind of convinced him to maybe let Luffy just go on his own. But I also think that's kind of weird too because the problem is they never mentioned Ace once, and I feel like Garp should have already been through this situation with Ace. So if the fact that Ace just doesn't exist in this first season, I mean, like, you would think that he already had to deal with this and learned a lesson before, so would it be redundant? But I mean, for me, like, there was some cool scenes like when he throws the cannonball, but I don't know, like it just felt a little bit off for me at first.
I wish that cannonball was bigger though. It looked like he just threw a little rubber ball, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, bro, it is crazy, like, because knowing how strong Garp is, bro, it's just like, we know he could just fly in there and take out Luffy's entire ship with ease.
Yeah.
But how you say, like, they're really downplaying his strength.
How you feel about Bogart? He got a lot of play.
Yo, Matt Owens has to be a Bogart fan, bro, because this guy has more relevance than the entire Hachinosu arc.
Than the whole One Piece story. For real.
That boy told Zoro, "Don't even try it."
That was that was crazy.
He said he did not try it.
Zoro stood still. Blood has not moved in 40 minutes.
I know, is Bogart the strongest swordsman?
Bruh, I was like, no, that Zoro finna just sit there. Like, whoa,
Like he didn't want to turn his head to look at the conversation or nothing. Like, yo, I apologize in advance. That's crazy.
You see Mihawk and you was on 10, boy. You see Bogart, it's like, oh.
So you switched to Brook now, Crow?
Yeah, I ain't had no choice. It's Brook.
You gotta say something real perverted too. Always got a caption of somebody saying something. I need you to represent with that Brook line.
I'm gonna figure something out. It's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be related to Sanjay. I say that much.
But Luffy was calling out his attacks. Uggy called out his attack. I feel like somebody else called out their attack, and I was like, "Yo,
yes,
there you go, there you go." Yo, Zoro should have said something to everybody because, like, how you gonna hit on your captain coming with that energy? But once Zoro comes with your 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛𝚒, he's gonna come with that same line. He got to come with the same line Luffy said to him.
I think the issue with that is him having the thing in his mouth. Pause, Jesus, and he just can't. He just can't.
Yeah, he really didn't do no talking once he pulled the sword out.
Yeah, was it just me or was in Zoro's flashback? I felt like when it's like the final scene when he's making the promise with Kuina, I felt like my boy Zoro was like a little bit too flamboyant, bro. Was it just me?
I ain't paying attention to that.
When he was when they were making the promise and like he puts the sword in the air and stuff, I was like, bro, this is not Zoro.
Man,
that whole scene was a little bit off to me because one thing I liked about Kuina was like she was whooping his behind and telling him about himself, and this Kuina was like nice and humble and everything.
Yeah, she's like, don't drop your shoulder.
Once you beat, I mean, it's cool to give advice, but once you beat somebody 2,000 times, it's like, yo, stop trying to fight me. Like, you shouldn't even want those wins no more. But she kept whooping him, and she was still nice about it, and she was. I can understand you being frustrated with your genetics and everything, but yeah, like Zoro had more bravado after taking the loss than what he did before the fight even started. Yeah, that was kind of off too.
What was this is my worst drawing, by the way. What was did they say anything about her falling down the stairs, or did she just?
Bro, they just completely missed over because I think they just don't want to because it's such a meme, but also like it's referencing something.
No, I've learned that that's not true. That falling down the stairs does not allude to that at all. So some One Piece fans just made it up to cope with the fact that it was just a terrible way to kill her off.
Yeah, well, I mean that's like the big fan theory, right?
Yeah, maybe they're trying to say that's what Oda was maybe alluding to. But I know the original theory was that in Japan they say that falling down the stairs means that. That is not true. There's nothing that suggests. Like I looked it up. That is not real. So. I don't know who was trying to hype up the backstory a little bit more than what it was. Try harder, buddy.
Don't even be no steps in that village.
For real, it's and if there is steps, they went high enough for nobody to do that.
I do
no
like
steps in that series.
I do like how they specified that it's a rare blade.
Damn, I just fucked up. Yeah, they said she had an accident. She has the worst character death in the series. Yeah,
but JJ, I think you might be onto something with Zoro because when he was climbing up the hole, it did give me some Luffy vibes, bro. In Drum Island, where Luffy's climbing up the mountain.
Bro, he was by his fucking self. Come on, bro. Luffy had 3 people with him, bro. 2 people with him. I will say this though.
By his teeth. That's the craziest part.
The thing I loved the most about that scene was how it wheelchair safe village. How it alluded to the frog in the well line that Mihawk said to Zoro.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's why I love that scene so much. Because when I first saw it, like in the trailer, I was thinking that was just like something that was just gonna pop up there, like during the speech that Mihawk, like when he said that to him, it was gonna show Zoro at the bottom of a well to like kind of symbolize it. But no, they actually just threw him in a well earlier in the story.
Going back to Mihawk, I'm glad they let him keep his line about hunting a rabbit with a cannon. Yeah. Like I said, I was watching that with my girl. She was like, "Ooh," that line even hit her. She was like, "Yo, like that's a crazy line, yo."
That's one of the best lines of One Piece.
That's a crazy line.
You know what? The only line I got up there with it is Zoro said, have you ever met a fierce animal that you would shoot wouldn't bite, bro? I was like, this nigga is spitting, bro. Yes, bro. He was fucking spitting, bro.
I still to this day I don't know what he did to Monet, but it was impressive. Like,
I just gotta go with Kakurasaki, bro. Great Dragon Shock.
That mess was crazy.
All right, what about the Arlong Pirates?
The the niggas. That's how you talk about. Bro,
Yeah,
that was
with
on
the
that
hip-hop
playing.
music and everything. That looked like Astro World. They was at Arlong Park was Astro World, bro.
Bro, they were playing spades and shit. Like, bro, if y'all went into the hammer hole and these were black people, then y'all did a great job. You know what I'm saying?
They just needed somebody beatboxing, and it was.
Oh my god, bro! When I saw the card game, I was like, nah, dog. Come on,
bro. They're pirates, bro. They're criminals. Like, come on, bro.
The card game with the rap music in the background. Let's be serious.
They gave Arlong a trap beat for a theme song.
Yeah, some Tim's on too, didn't he?
What was that?
Some Tim's.
Did he,
Yeah,
bro? I didn't even notice that.
I didn't peep. I gotta check.
Let me see. I know he had some boots on, but the whole look like some Timberlands, bro.
Yeah, because in the anime he has like flip flops or something, like, bro.
Yeah, some shit. I don't know. He got a gold chain on too in the live action, bro. Y'all ain't man,
That's
come
what
on.
I was thinking of. The chain, yes sir. But yo, Luffy had to take his teeth, yo. That's one part. I don't care that it would be stupid. I really wanted to see that part, yo. Especially when like he bit something and then like his teeth grew back in. Yeah. I was like, yo, now y'all definitely got to add that to it. So that kind of hurt my feelings that they didn't add that part into the fight.
I wanted that nose line.
Yeah, that was a good one.
What's the difference between me and you? Nose. I would have loved to see that.
What about okay, so they don't have Hachi, right?
Nah.
He was missing? No.
Bruh! They made Kuromi seem busted, bruh. It took Zoro and Sanji together, even though Sanji
yeah, that's why. I ain't know him by name, but yo, that man was a monster, absolutely.
All he had to do was just say one thing about Nami, and Sanji just one combo him like he did Queen.
I wonder if they
did
get to Sabaody, I feel like, because now you're missing Hachi, I feel like they can maybe change it where it's like he left before, because we know Hachi was a good person, so it's like maybe he left before because he didn't like Arlong anymore. But I don't know. I felt it was kind of weird because how you said, like, it was Zoro's main fight, and I mean, maybe it was just too hard to create him because he has like 6 arms.
Yeah, 8 sword style, whatever would have been hard.
Yeah.
Damn, I mean, I guess he was hurt, so it was cool.
Do y'all feel any particular way with, when Nojiko gave the crew the story, Luffy was like, I don't care. And now, like, that seemed to be the part that really, like, drove him to, like, wanting to be. Does that make a difference to y'all?
I'd like the fact that in the anime, I do think that's a very different implication here. In the anime, it was like, he didn't even hear the story. He didn't need to know what happened, right?
Exactly.
I like that better, yeah.
It felt different in the manga. I mean, in the live action. Damn.
Like, Luffy's like, if you on the squad, you on the squad. I don't care about your past. But this time it was like, yeah, that's what motivated him.
Yeah, that's not Luffy right there. But I mean, a couple things that was a little different. But to make it be able to sell it to the the guys, to the audience. I mean, I'm talking the guys. My bad. I'm trying to draw shit.
We know Luffy. If you're gonna tell him a story, he's gonna fall asleep.
Yeah. You
could just let him like act like he's being listening intently, and then once we get back to the crew, they be like, "Yo, he's been asleep for like 10 minutes. Don't worry about him." And then like him and Zoro could still have that conversation because Luffy could literally not know the story and still come with that same energy because they went to Arlong Park for Nami, even though she told that man to go drop him in the water and let him die. So his mind was made up way before they even showed up. And Zoro's mind was made up against her even before, so that could have gave him more ammunition to use against them. That part, we've literally been talking down. We said gave this thing an 8.5 and a 9, and we've been talking down for about 30 minutes.
I was just thinking, I was like, bro, we came here talking so highly of it that we just shitting on it.
nitpicking. This ain't our story.
I think, bro. I think it's just because we're so deep into the community where it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I've read the East Blue so many times and I've seen the anime a few times. So I just know like that, especially that part of the story, I know really well. And it's like you're really noticing a few things that they change every episode. Um, I was even gonna say like I wish they could have maybe brought up Jinbei a few times.
They did bring him up one time.
Yeah, just once. Yeah,
Did they bring him? I didn't catch that.
I love that part actually. I don't know the name of the mouse marine. I don't know his name.
He was talking about
like,
Jinbei and Arlong, like he's a fool basically. He's just working under like he's the implications there.
My man came and tried to run their pockets a little bit more, and then ended up paying them more just because he was talking some junk you shouldn't have been talking. And sometimes you just gotta learn to be quiet, y'all. He had everything he needed, and he didn't even deserve. But you went ahead and pissed off Arlong, and you wasn't sure if you was about to walk out that building, so you had to end up paying up a little bit more. I really like that scene. And then especially with Arlong hitting him with the line like, "Yeah, we smarter than what you think. Like, don't play with it."
That's a good point, Jose. It's one of the rare dreams that Luffy actually did listen to with Sanji's, and he was acting like he was actually like very like he didn't listen to his backstory though. He didn't know about his backstory, but he definitely was tuned into his dream when he told him about it. He listened to Oda's backstory though.
Whose dream did he not listen to?
The Fisher Tiger and
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about more in regard to the crew. I'm like, everybody's dream in the crew.
Okay, yeah. Nah, his reaction when he heard about the All Blue, I was like, that's Luffy. That's what made my theory about the dreams being a mixture of Luffy's dreams.
Oh, my boy Usopp is a wizard, bro. The Wizard of Oz.
Usopp got more kisses than Sanji already, man.
I was about to say something. I don't know if it's nice or not, but geez, like all the women in the land, I guess go ahead and get the rich chick, but you just going like I'm going to focus on the chick that may not make it to tomorrow. Like,
yeah, that's why. All right, man.
I'm sorry. I was like, I shouldn't say it. I'm like, I'm gonna say it.
All right, man. That's why. It was, interesting choice.
That's funny too, because he has to wait. How long until the end of One Piece to meet up with her again? She might not make it.
I thought they said she was good now, though. Did she just start taking the poison?
I think so, yeah.
Like, ain't no doctors in Syrup Village. Like, you just
that's what
letting
I'm
this
saying.
guy that just showed up at your parents' house a few years ago. He's the one that's responsible for all your care. Like, this is ridiculous. That was funny though. She couldn't even have nothing different to eat on her birthday. Like, nah.
Bro, do you ever realize, bro? Kuro is a menace, bro. This guy kept up that entire act for how long?
Years. That's crazy.
And never had any suspicions or anything.
Yeah, he was
I was a big fan of Kuro.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
It was a pleasant surprise because I didn't expect nothing from that, and they made it way better.
The cast looked corny, bro. Just straight up, like.
The other guys.
Yeah, the two other.
Oh yeah, but I don't even remember them. Like from when I watched from the manga, I did not remember. I was like, who are these guys supposed to be? But then I was like, okay, that's.
When the chubby dude came out with his costume, my girl was cracking up. I was like, yo, he looked just as stupid in the anime. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's One Piece, bro. Like, I feel like it's a part of the world to have. Like, even with the rat guy from Arlong Park, it was. I wonder, like, new audience if they're gonna like that or hate it, because it is kind of weird.
It is. It's hard to sell One Piece, but I feel like it's not a matter of trying to get it. It's just a matter of enjoying it. You feel me?
That's what it is.
Because like at the end of the day, that shouldn't be a deal breaker. Like, okay, this guy looks goofy, but does that ruin the show for me?
I think maybe if you're like first seeing it, it's just hard to take it serious.
Yeah, I can understand. Like, yo, what is this shit? But in the context of how crazy the world is, like he tells a lot. What Oda does is he tells a lot of stories with his designs, right? Like you can see a guy like Nezumi, who is a rat, a mouse, and he's a wise, and he's literally dressed like a rat. Like I mean, he does that. So I like storytelling through designs personally.
Yeah, with Usopp too with his nose. It's like a Pinocchio nose.
Yeah, I didn't even piece that together till now. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, wow, really?
Shadow making some adjustments to Brooks' bone density. He was a little shaky at first, you know what I'm saying?
How y'all feel about Buggy lasting through the whole season?
I fuck with Buggy, bro. He was one of the best parts of it to me. He was
Buggy was
hilarious.
good.
And they made him so menacing.
Buggy, especially with the first episode that we see him. I mean, he kind of wasn't doing anything after that, but that first scene was kind of crazy, bro. Like when he had all the people tied up in the room.
Yeah, it was like live now. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, they got Buggy. Like, but you know, that's what he is. He's a big, like he's Buggy would be fucking terrifying to a normal human being, right? But
Clown pirate with
course,
nothing not.
but you know what I'm saying, to someone like Luffy or whatever, he just wouldn't be that big a deal. So it makes sense.
I don't remember the exact nose joke, but I remember when they did it. That mess had me laughing out loud. I enjoyed that.
That was funny as hell.
Buggy, he had all his bravado. I don't think he was too familiar with the Arlong pirates, but he tried to hold his bravado. But then once dude smacked him upside the head, like the real Buggy came out. I love when Buggy just always got all the energy until he realizes he's not him, and like he just knows when to stay in his place. That's always a fun part to me. Yo.
Yeah, man, big Buggy in the chat. Damn, I just fucked up.
One of my favorite lines in the live action was when Garp said to Kobe, "I could have become Fleet Admiral if I wanted to."
Yeah, I was so hyped when he said
I was
that.
like, bro, that is the hardest line. Like, especially considering when you have Sengoku. I mean, like, they didn't bring up Sengoku at all. But bro, that's like, like you know, he said that to him at least one point, bro. Like you know, he was talking.
Because we got
But
that.
I love that, bro.
I'm not tripping.
That whole conversation altogether, that's one of the things that really, you know, made me happy with Garp. Like, yeah, this world is foul, but if we don't do our part, even dealing with the negative people in our unit, then this is going to be complete anarchy. Like, I literally love that he had that conversation with him. I wish Helmeppo would have been there to hear a little bit of that, so that we could see like his character start changing a bit. Because, you know, now that we're at where we at in our manga, you know, I would imagine Helmeppo has more of those traits as well. But he's not in the series. He wasn't really able to receive that because it was just Kobe and Garp. And it makes sense for it to be Kobe and Garp. He saw something in him from the beginning. But at some point, Helmeppo got to be in those scenes where he's getting that wisdom from Garp that's going to make him know, like, yo, you can't be sniveling. You can't, you know, rely on nepotism. Maybe he's learning it from seeing it with Kobe, but I just think sometimes hearing it from the horse's mouth is a little bit more important than just seeing somebody work hard and building their way up.
Yeah, I feel that. I will ask y'all this. Hold on, first, before I even say that. They changed Helmeppo's dream. Well, we never got a dream for Helmeppo, right? But for them to change it to be related to swordsmanship with Zoro was hilarious.
I was happy about that.
Yeah.
Greatest knivesman.
But like how they ended the series, I don't know how long it's going to take for them. But like I when they pulled up on them in Eni's lobby and they didn't really know who they was until they had them defeated. That's one of my favorite parts as well. And I'm like, yo, is it really going to hit that hard with them already had linked up and, you know, Kobe giving Luffy the bounty poster and everything? Is they going to still register the same?
I guess it depends on how much different they make Kobe look. And, you know, obviously Helmeppo is going to look different too, but maybe they just going to pull up first.
I kind of agree. Like, that scene, if they do it, it's not going to be as good. Because finding out the reveal that Garp is Luffy's grandfather, seeing Kobe after the transformation and like with the bounty and everything, like that whole scene was one of the best parts.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the same. They're gonna have to change it. Maybe he could still be there, but I mean, it's gonna be a lot different.
I'm fucking up broke teeth, bro.
What do you? I'll say like, what was your favorite I guess JJ says Zoro. I was gonna say, what's your favorite of the Straw Hats?
Probably Zoro. I feel like Luffy
Zoro
and
might be my
not
least
Luffy.
favorite, honestly.
What? I feel like Sanji and Usopp didn't get enough time because their arcs were dominated by other things, so I couldn't like connect with them. Plus, like we were just saying, I feel like Sanji just joined on a whim instead of just actually like stealing his dream. But not Zoro. He had to, it was Zoro. You feel me?
The first three, those are the ones that stuck out.
What you trying to say here, brother?
The same thing you just said. Geez, the first three was able to get all their time. He was able to understand that character. Like I remember saying last week, like, yo, when every time Luffy brought up the idea of Nami joining her crew, like, you saw her energy change. She was like, yo, don't talk to me about becoming no pirate. Like, so to see her to go from there to go to the help me, like the help me, if help me in the manga was a 10, I would say this would probably be like a 7.5 or an 8. It still hit. Yo, I'm so glad they added the anime part with the them walking up to Arlong, but they didn't finish it though. They didn't finish it.
When they kicked the door down or what?
Yeah, when they kicked the door down. I wanted to see Johnny and what's the other bounty hunter name?
Yosaku, yeah.
I needed those guys too, but yeah, them. I'm so glad that they added that part when everybody was just sitting there waiting on Luffy to pull up. That part, that's always gonna hit, man.
And
that's
they had him in the same poses too. That's what I love.
Exactly. Like that's when that music became that music.
Yeah.
In the anime. That specific scene, like, oh, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
And the music was 10 out of 10, bro. Like,
when they played VR, when they left with the ship,
oh man,
I was like, man, I've been waiting for this. I was wondering when they was gonna drop, because I knew they was gonna do VR, right? You can't not do VR, and they did a perfect time.
The music was great, bro. It really felt like real piratey, and especially in the beginning, like, I think it's kind of because when we first saw the trailer, I wasn't into the music. There was a lot of stuff where the first trailer, I feel like when they said they showed the worst stuff, I think that was true.
They definitely did.
Yeah, bro, because I was worried. Like, even with Nami, I feel like her character was a little bit dry, and I was genuinely worried. But now that we see all the music, all the scenes and everything, and the fighting too, the fighting looked horrible in the first trailer, and it was pretty good. Like, I would say it's like sometimes it was a little weird with Garp throwing the cannonball and stuff, and Luffy bouncing it off. But for the most part, like, every Zoro fight was like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Even like the Luffy fights are good. Nami even had a good fight. Like, Sanji was great as well. So
I feel like, okay, I would say that's what I want to bring up. I liked Sanji's fights, except for the last when he took out Kurubi, right? I didn't feel the impact from the kicks at all. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand that.
It felt the same thing they did with the Queen fight in the manga. I mean, the anime. Like, I don't know. I feel like Sanji's kicks hurt. You know what I'm saying? That they didn't do a good. They just look like they didn't look no special from his regular kicks. I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking because I'm a big Sanji guy.
I have to I didn't notice it, but I have to rewatch it and see.
I mean, I feel that. I feel like it was more of a character moment at that point. Like, yo, you mess with my girl, you gonna catch these, but they didn't make these feel like, yo, like, so I definitely understand that. But
I didn't feel like
I said, they got the character point across, like, yo, if you mess with a woman, that's when you gonna get a Super Saiyan Sanji almost. Like, I think they got that point across.
I mean, that sounds just stronger than Goku, so.
Let's watch the death battle. Can't wait. Y'all was talking about the music, yo. Am I the only one that like perked up when Shanks was talking to young Luffy and they had that Bing Sake in the background?
Yeah, I didn't realize that until somebody pointed out on Twitter, and I went back and saw. I was like, yo,
that was really good.
That junk had me happy, yo. I was watching, I had to tell my girl, like, yo, you're not gonna see your regular JJ. I'm a little bit emotionally invested here. I couldn't control. I was like, yo, they got the Bing Sake, or what was that, episode 2 or something? I was like, yo, That's why I was like, yo, I love the fact that they adding in so much stuff that you don't even. When was Thriller Bark? Like, what chapters? Where's Prince at when you need him? You know, he got all the chapters in his head.
It's like I know the episode. It's like
It's in, like,
330
500,
ish.
I
No,
think.
is it really? Let me, bro. Because okay,
Yeah, I think
I'm in class,
well,
right?
Water 7 is like all the way into like the 400s. So maybe I'm a little bit off, but 'cause I think
I'm
Seb
finna
always
look it
starts
up.
at like 507 or something.
Cause I was in class. We had to do an introduction. Like we was talking about some like shows we like, and I had One Piece up there, obviously, right? So it's 337. He wasn't lying.
Nice.
Well, he
That's
wasn't.
when the dark starts.
Yeah, 337. I was like, I came in class today. I used to get there early because I like to get in there and sit down because it's hot as fuck in Alabama. You gotta catch your breath when you get to your seat. But it was like, yo, you gotta you like One Piece, right? I was like, yeah. What's up? He was like, bro, I'm on like episode 3. No, he was like, I'm 300 away. I was like, oh, so you in like Dress Rose? He was like, oh, I said that wrong. Never mind. I mean, I'm on episode 300. I was like, okay, that's a big difference right there, bro. But anyway, I was like, that should be like in his lobby, right? He was like, nah, I've been there. I'm in Thriller Bark. I was like, 300 is Thriller Bark? I thought that shit was like 4 something, you feel me? But
Yeah, I think Marineford is like Marineford is like the 470, so that do add up.
he was like, he liked it a lot, man. He said he was, the Usopp and Luffy fight was great. He's not the only guy in my class that like One Piece, because another guy in there, he's actually caught up to the manga, and he was talking about TCB and shit. I was like, oh, you locked in. So he was asking me about the live action after I talked about that. One Piece is doing his thing in the West, bro.
Oh,
People
That's
see
actually
him.
true because I met up with someone that I hadn't seen in a long time, and she was telling me how she likes One Piece, bro. And like even on Instagram, I saw a lot of people posting One Piece live action, and I mean, I've never met someone that likes One Piece, and so I never had anyone to talk about it. So the fact that I'm seeing it now, I feel like it's definitely, you could definitely feel the impact.
Yeah, it feels great. I'm so happy because it deserves that. You know what I'm saying? You got One Piece, obviously the biggest in the world, right? We know that. But in the West, which is our scope, but we can't see it being as big as it is everywhere else, I feel like this is going to help a lot. But even before this, it was already gaining ground. So this is just like putting some more batteries in the back.
Yeah, I was trying to convince one of my friends to watch it, and he came in my room and I was watching it during the buggy scene. It was one of the buggy scenes, and it was one of the weirdest lines, bro. And he's like, bro, I'm not watching this corny ass show. I was like, bro, you can't take it out of context, bro. Every show has weird lines. But I get it though, because it just sounds like so different. Like it sounds ridiculous when it's like Buggy saying some weird, goofy line.
I've always said, bro, One Piece is the hardest show to sell to somebody when you look at the designs and the length of it. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But once I like, bruh, just give it a try, bruh. And the ones that do always love it.
That's true. No, that's true, bro. Like everyone who likes One Piece, I think it's always in their top 5.
Yeah, it's
top
always
3.
top 5, top 3. I've never met somebody that just likes One Piece and they're just like, yeah, it's cool.
It's like,
I got my guy who's just pulling up on Baratier now, and it's funny. He's watching the live action. He probably about halfway through, and I'm like, boy, you sound like the Community. He was like, yo, I cannot stand Luffy's voice actor in English. I was like, boy,
bro, I hate that voice, bro.
I see that
really
all
do,
over
bro.
the internet.
Bro, it's terrible.
I can't stand it.
Did y'all have a problem with the live action character and his voice?
He was cool.
I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was fine. Especially just comparing it to the English dub, bro. It's like a night and day difference.
I do think he like some scene. It's much better than the English dub. I'm gonna go ahead and say that for sure. But there are some scenes where I feel like he was like, I don't know. I feel like he was trying too hard to sound like Luffy, but he still did a great job.
There was one scene that I really liked where they go into Baratier, and then Luffy's like crawling into the seat. I was like, bro, that's Luffy
Yeah, that
right
was
there,
funny.
bro.
Bro, but they was taking it to the orders, and it was like, yeah, a beer, wine, and water and milk. I was like, that's the Luffy, bro.
With the straw and everything. That was hilarious. I remember seeing it. That was one of the things that had turned me on the trailer, though. I remember seeing that back then. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fun, yo.
I think it's funny too how Luffy ordered all the food and then he still has room for Sanji's dish at the
Yeah.
end.
I like how they had him as a Choi boy again too. This is trash, by the way. This Brook.
Man, they did Sanji's backstory very well.
They did.
They did Sanji's backstory
When I was
very
watching
well.
it, I low key forgot like how long he was out there. I thought my girl was like, dang, how long? Because she, like I said, she watches it with me, but she's not like a big. She knows about One Piece. You know what I'm saying? She was like, how long was he out there? Because she knew about the backstory, but we didn't have the dates. But I was like, damn, are they making it longer than it was in the manga? Once they got to like 30 days, I was like, okay, yeah, now somebody finna pull up. I said, damn, 85 days?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You haven't tell me you don't got Conqueror's Haki, bro.
Oh,
I think
God.
Zeph
I don't
might have
give a
Conqueror's
Zeph.
Haki.
That's another one too. Zeph from this, I'm like, yeah, Zeph got Conqueror's Haki, bro. If it's Garp talking like they was just,
Zeph might be a
you know what I'm
rock
saying?
pirate, bro.
That would be hilarious. The cook for the Rocks crew, Red Leg
Nah,
Zeph.
yeah, I think Sanji's backstory is my favorite in One Piece.
Which
That's-
one?
First one. I like the second one too, but I think the first one just always hit me at like a personal level.
Yeah.
And I don't know, bro. Something about it, like once we got to Baratier, that's when I really liked One Piece.
I mean, that man is everything that Zeph taught him. He holds to high regard. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think he had that opinion on women. I mean, he had a great opinion on women because he had great women around him as younger. But yo, once Zeph started beating him upside his head because we don't touch women and that type of stuff, that was beautiful. But yeah, man, if I haven't eaten for 85 days, I'm going to appreciate food on a whole nother level as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
goodness
Yeah, for
gracious.
sure, bro.
I just need to
Man.
use the color picker too real quick.
I love Zeph calling him an eggplant throughout that. That tickled me every time he did that.
What was it? He said oregano is for savages. That line was funny, bro.
Zeph was quality, man.
Yeah, it was dope, man. Shout out to Zeph.
One thing they did Sanji's good, but I feel like Nami's was a little weird at the end. I think me and Crow talked about it before, and it's like they skipped the part where I don't know. Did I talk to you about this, Crow? Where it was like they skipped the part where Nojiko or not Nojiko, Bellamere looks back at them and smiles.
Yeah, we both was like, it felt weird. You know what I'm saying?
It didn't feel the same as in the anime,
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, Arlong is stupid. Ain't no way you gonna blast a woman in front of her kids, and then the kid be like, "I want to work for you now," and you be like, "All right, I'm not gonna keep my eye on you." Like Arlong played himself.
Zeph is definitely the
Okay, how
best
good
dad
she is
in
with the
One
map.
Piece.
Say that again.
I was responding to the comment. Zeph is definitely the best dad in One Piece.
Yeah,
The
he is,
only
bro.
dad
'cause
in One Piece.
even when yeah, it's really only him and Whitebeard.
I mean, I guess you got Odin too. Odin held it down as best as he could.
Man,
He was dancing for money, you know, for his family, you know.
I don't
But I
know.
like
twerk
is what-
team, twerk bull, but not Odin. Oh my fucking god, bro! I ain't finna get into
You know,
it.
hey, me and you on the same side when it comes to Odin, but when it comes to like, hey, Odin was there for his kids. I mean, somewhat.
I'm just saying, look, twerk bull for running for you know what I'm saying for gracefully backing away from Shanks. You feel me? But he could dance in the streets for 5 years, was it, or was it 3? Whatever.
I think it was 5. I think it was
a
5.
very
yeah,
long
man.
time, and he don't get that twerk thing on his name. I don't know, man.
Well, it's easy. You know, we like to make fun of, you know, antagonists a little bit more, but hey, I told you, I'm there with you when it comes to Odin, man. Odin, he slacked up on many of occasions, but
Yeah, he definitely is a terrible decision maker for sure. Like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I got the 2 strongest powers in the world, my best friends, right? So instead of, you know, asking for help, I'm finna just dance in the street. Odin never had piss and shit right out there. Are you sure he was butt naked out there in front of the kids? You feel me? We're gonna talk about you know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's crazy.
In
Yeah, he
front of the
was, bro.
kids
He
with
was.
his ass out twerking every day for 5 years.
acting like he learned a technique or something.
Imagine how strong he would have been if he would have trained them 5 years and maybe got help from his pirate friends who are the strongest guys in the world. Maybe he could have actually beaten Kaido. Who knows?
I mean, Rayleigh might have been able to beat Kaido at that point, bro. So,
Right? Oh,
I think so.
Ray.
Actually, bro, I'm working on a Rayleigh video right now.
I was just.
Strong
I have a
Rayleigh.
question about Rayleigh. Don Quixote homie. Oda was making some of them homing decisions. Hey, you spin. I'm trying to remember. It was something about Rayleigh recently that came up, bro. Power scale wise, like, okay, never mind. It was that poll I made. Did either of you guys vote in that poll?
I didn't see it. No, I didn't see
It was I couldn't make my mind up, dog.
Okay, I'm gonna send it in the chat too so they can vote. I don't know how to do the polls like Prince though, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. It was the red hair powers, right? No, not the red. The Roger powers, right? But give me
Everybody was wrong.
Everybody is in their prime. So you got Shanks as an adult, and you have Odin as well, and Buggy for the fuck of it, just for comedic purposes. There, I
It's
guess.
not even close.
Wait.
bro. It's not even close.
But they're fighting against the Rocks pirates, and everybody on the Rocks crew is in their prime as
Mm.
well. So you got Prime Kaido, Big Mom, and Whitebeard.
That's a good one.
I might
That's
need to make a
tough,
poll.
man.
I'm gonna try to make a poll. Let me see.
So Roger's fighting Rocks.
Yeah.
He's losing that fight.
No, he's not. No, he's not. I
Oh.
don't.
Is fighting who? Whitebeard.
Shanks beating
He's
Whitebeard.
losing that fight?
No, he's not. He's beating
Rayleigh fighting
Whitebeard.
Big Mom. I think
Rayleigh
Big
is
Mom takes
beating-
it, bro.
What?
I think Big Mom might take it.
Man,
about
Rayleigh's
to go with the
beating
Rocks Pirates.
Whitebeard, bro. Not Whitebeard.
We got Odin with the Roger Pirates in this scenario, right?
Yeah.
And then Odin can beat Kaido for sure. Or actually, I don't know, bro. Kaido might win that one too.
That sucker was so tough, dog.
I think the Rocks Pirates take it.
I was
Yeah.
leaning Rocks as well, but I was like, yo, I can't say for sure. Because
think they
Shanks
take
versus
it.
Whitebeard both being prime, that's very interesting to me, yo.
I think that's the closest one. I guess the Rocks and Roger one too, but
I don't give Rock. I need to see something before I give Rocks those props, man.
what do you say, bro? It's your poll.
I'm trying to type it in, but I'm
Odin. All right, who else?
Rayleigh,
The problem
Gabon.
is, like-
The only problem is how strong Gabon is, right?
Gabon, I think, can be like. He can't beat Shiki though. That's man.
Can he though? Listen.
Nah, he can't, bro.
Listen,
He can't.
Pete.
Rocks Pirates are too stacked.
Pete. End of series, right? Right. Sanji, as the third strongest person of Luffy's crew, would he be able to box with, let's say, who would be another Yonko in the world? Kid.
Big Mom? Oh, okay.
We got Kid. We got people say Sanji's stronger than Kid right now, right?
I don't think Gabon is even close to Rayleigh.
I think it's the same as
I
think it's the same as the Zoro and Sanji type.
No, I don't think so, bro. Because they had Odin. That's a different thing. Like, Rayleigh was to me clearly like he's a legend, bro. Like he's regarded and brought up multiple times. Oda loves him, and Gabon, like he barely showed up at the end of the Odin or in the Odin flashback.
He was fighting Odin in the flashback though.
He was, but that was before Odin got. They say Odin got. He kept getting stronger and stronger throughout the entire.
But
journey.
Gabon was on the same journey though. That's what kills me. I be like, hey, not just you. I'm just saying, like everybody does that point where like Odin was getting stronger and stronger on this journey. He was going on the same journey as Gabon. Was Gabon just jerking off the whole time? No, he was.
But the thing is, like Odin had. We know he has the potential to be like top tier. Like I think he could have surpassed Rayleigh if he fought that Kaido fight. He might have, bro. Like that's the thing. I don't know if Gabon can be on that level.
That's fair. I think that it's clear. It's a clear reference to the Monster Trio. So I think that it's the same as far as like how relative they are to each other as well.
Nah, I can't see it. I think Rayleigh is just a different breed, bro. Like to me, Rayleigh is a Yonko, bro. He's close enough. He's right below Big Mom. He's right above current Blackbeard. That's why.
No, he's not above current. He said himself he can't beat him.
No, but he implied that he could if he was in his prime, right?
Oh, you talking about prime?
Oh, okay, in his prime. But right now, is Whitebeard like, you know what I'm saying? Not Whitebeard, Blackbeard. Is he like true Yonko level right now? Like I think he's like in that Luffy territory where they're not there yet. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, Blackbeard's he's at the bottom of my top 5, but he in that top 5 though.
I'm gonna explain why I think the Roger Pirates win, right? Contrary to the way it's given to us, I don't think that Roger and Garp were. I don't think that Rocks was as strong as Roger and Garp, right? That's kind of fucking busted. Even though they weren't in their prime, they were still very strong. Roger was in his 30s, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like he was a young Luffy. He was still in the.
So you got Ross below them?
No, I think he was just on the same tier as them, but Garp just worked with Roger to take him down because this wasn't just Rocks. It was the whole crew, right? And we didn't get any.
Yeah, I think they are on the same tier.
Yeah,
I agree, but I just pick Rocks.
It's fair to think Ross is stronger, but
pick,
a lot of people
like,
think that he's like double their strength or whatever. I don't think that's the case.
No.
But
really
I think
close.
that Roger and Rocks either way goes extreme diff, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I can see it going either way.
Either way, Shanks and Whitebeard, right? This is what it gets interesting. Okay. I believe that Shanks right now is as strong as, not as strong as Prime Roger, right? But a step below. Like right, a hair below him, right? If Roger's a 10 out of 10, Shanks like a 9.8. Is that fair?
I think so. I think that's fair.
If Roger was a 10 out of 10, what was Whitebeard to y'all? You think he's stronger? I don't think that's.
I think he's a 10. I think they're both 10s. I think
I think Roger's a little bit stronger. 9.9. So I got Shanks and Whitebeard going extreme diff, right? Like very much so extreme diff to where it can go either way. But I give Whitebeard the edge. I don't think.
I give it to Whitebeard for sure.
I don't think that I think Rayleigh is like spanking Big Mom.
Bro, come on, bro.
This one gets interesting for me, bro. Like not low diff. He's not loaded for her, bro.
All right, hold on. What about Kaido, bro? Because Kaido is stronger than Big Mom, bro.
Okay, you want to do Rayleigh and Kaido?
Yeah, bro. Kaido's getting Rayleigh out the paint, bro. Like, come on.
Is he though?
Yeah, bro. Come on, bro. Like, Kaido's like I think he's stronger than Shanks. But if you want to say he's weaker, he's close enough, bro. Come on.
Kaido is stronger than.
I gotta write it down. I gotta see it.
Like, what are we like?
I'm gonna type it up on the
Kaido's the
screen.
strongest man in the world, right?
They just lost
The
to
strongest
fucking
beast.
Luffy, bro.
So wait, so he's top 3 in the world, right? He has to be so incredibly strong. Where is Rayleigh on that level, bro? Was Rayleigh at any point top 3?
What's you said Zoro
say
gonna be
no.
number 2 in the series, right?
I say no.
I'm just saying, bro. I got Kaido in my top 5, probably like all time.
It's Prime Roger Pirates with Shanks and Odin versus.
Just between Roger, Garp, and Whitebeard, you can't ever say Rayleigh was top 3 to me.
That is very true.
Yeah, bro.
I feel the same
And
about
Goku
Zoro
is even
in
there
the
with
series.
him. I feel like I think even Big Mom has a slight hair above
I
him.
don't think she's stronger than Rayleigh. Like, I think in the series Zoro gonna be stronger than the other Yonko, except for like Law maybe. But you know what I'm saying? Ray is like I don't think Ray is equal to Roger, like or like that close to Roger, like most people be saying. But I definitely think he's comfortably Yonko level.
I think Kaido, bro. I don't know, bro. I think Kaido's close to Guard, bro. I think he is.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I think Prime Guard getting Kaido the fuck out of here, bro.
Yes, sir.
Nah, bro. Why, bro? What has Kaido done to deserve his hate, bro? Like, he fought the entire Wano Alliance. He fought Gear 5 Luffy. He barely lost.
He lost.
Like, yeah, he lost, bro. But it's like
Losing to Prime Garp is never disrespectful, bro. Never.
I think it's a really hot diff fight, bro. Like, really, like.
Listen, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. I ain't stunned that shit. I ain't gonna lie. We might not need to do Shanks versus Whitebeard though.
We need Kaido versus Kaido versus Shanks.
I think Shanks is beating Kaido.
I
That's
don't.
what if I feel like if somebody's gonna lose to, let's say I'm the one that's game planning, right? I feel like nobody on my team can beat Whitebeard. Maybe Shanks, but I doubt it. So I'm going to have him fight against Rayleigh instead because I need to save Shanks because I think he's the second strongest person here. Third strongest after Roger and Rocks.
Whitebeard is destroying Rayleigh.
That's fair. I don't need him. I need Shanks for Kaido, bro. Can we agree that we think that Shanks is stronger than Rayleigh?
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right.
Yeah, I can get that. Mm-hmm.
Ray versus Whitebeard.
It's like when we get into Shiki, right? Like Shiki, I don't think he's as strong as Roger, but the fact that he was trying to go to war with him, I feel like it speaks volumes.
But
bro.
then I feel like the manner of which he tried to go to war with him shows the difference between him and Roger. Like he needed to amass 1,000 fucking ships. You know what I'm saying? Just to feel like he was able to compete with Roger, who was sick. He don't know Roger was sick, but still, just to feel like he could compete with Roger, he had to get a fleet of ships and try to corner him.
But it still took, you got Garp and Sengoku to be Shiki.
I mean, I feel like that's if somebody break into your house and you and your homeboy beat the shit out of him together. Did it take both of y'all? Maybe not, but y'all gonna make him feel it for doing some stupid shit.
I just like, do you think Sengoku could beat him on his own? 'Cause I don't, bro.
I think Sengoku can get him out of there.
I don't think so, bro. I think Shiki is strong, bro. I feel like he has a nice devil fruit, and if you're telling me Rayleigh is this strong, I might have to. I'm happy with it, bro. I mean, I like Rayleigh, but it's just these are Yonko level characters, so I think we gotta be careful.
I chose to end up voting for the Rocks Pirates just off the fact that we didn't say, like, if we talking 5-on-5, I'll probably be leaning more towards Roger's crew. But everybody outside of Roger, Shanks, Rayleigh, Odin, and Gabon, like, you don't really got no reason to hold them in that high regard because the story never told us that. But outside of Rocks, Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, and Shiki, they still got the Davy Jones and all them other guys there too. So if you add like all of Rock's crew, then I'm giving it to Rocks. But if you just talking about 5-on-5, I'm leaning more towards Roger's crew. So since we didn't specify that, we just said crew against crew, I'm picking Rock Squad.
Okay, but let's say this, right? Let's say this. Think about the Minks. Are we gonna count them?
Who, Pedro?
Should they count?
No, like Dog Story and Niku, bro.
Dog? Yeah, I mean,
they're Yonko. I mean, they're YC. I'm gonna say some wild shit. I'm gonna say some crazy shit. They're YC level characters, right? I mean, I don't think that them other pirates are Yonko level. The ones that was in Rock's crew. I think they're probably like commander level as well.
You don't think Wang Ji was?
No, Wang Ji just got packed up anyway.
You were from a different era. Let that man slide. Yeah, I'm running with the Rocks Pirates. Yeah, and plus, them boys is more menacing, man. The only person that got a soul over there is Whitebeard, and everybody else looking for heads.
That's gonna be their downfall, man.
Rayleigh and Odin, they probably murk something though.
Big Mom is beating Odin, bro.
Bro, Odin, I ain't gonna lie, Odin's smacking her up, bro.
That's tough.
Nah, Big Mom got it.
Bro, listen, I'm gonna tell you why. Well, never mind. I was finna say some bullshit. All right. I just feel like we know in Prime, Rayleigh is a Yonko level fighter, right?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. He is.
All right. I think that when we look at Yonko level fighters, like Kaido, Big Mom, Shanks, Whitebeard, Big Mom is at the bottom of that. To me personally.
Yeah, she's at the bottom, yeah, of that.
And I think that a Prime Ray would not be down there with her.
Come on, bro. Well,
what is Prime Big Mom? I think right now is Prime Big Mom.
You're telling me Rayleigh is a tier above Big Mom?
I won't say a tier above. I just think he's high diffing her. Cause hockey, bro, like she's just really kidding low, bro.
She has hockey too. What are we talking, bro?
She don't use it. Shit. She can have what she
Bro,
wants.
prime Big Mom, not a mentally deranged Big Mom.
All the Big Mom is mentally deranged.
Nah, bro, you can tell the years have taken a toll on her mind, bro, for sure.
Maybe, but I mean, I feel like I don't know. It's nothing in the story has told us that she's out of her prime, right? Like,
Maybe not physically or like.
All them old people are out their prime, right?
I mean, when there's a character that Oda wants to communicate is no longer as strong as they were at one point, he always does a good job doing that. But he didn't do that with Big Mom.
Hockey always decreases, right? Like we saw, Rayleigh couldn't do the same things with hockey that he once was.
Who said that?
Even Whitebeard too, when he was old and couldn't use Conqueror's hockey.
That's Whitebeard because he had cancer, bro. I mean, Big Mom don't got cancer. She's
mean,
still popping kids out.
Wasn't there a moment when Rayleigh said like, "I
Still
can't"?
popping kids.
Big Mom.
There was a moment when Rayleigh says it. He's like, "I can't use hockey the same way I once could."
Oh, I don't remember that. I mean, I'm not
Can't
saying
use
you're
it
lying.
bad
I just don't remember it.
Let me search it up.
I would say, and this is another thing to Wank Shanks. I mean, Rayleigh, right? When that SBS question said how many people could like not Oda when he knocked out 50,000 Fishman Luffy, and Oda responded and said,
"Yeah, they put him in the same tier as Shanks."
Yeah, Oda responded and said Shanks and Rayleigh could do 100K, like everybody.
Minimum, bro.
Like, yeah, I don't think that's saying that Shanks and them and Ray is equal though. I think that's just saying that's something they both could do. Not, you know what I'm saying, like they're equally, yeah.
Hockey Masters.
But
yeah.
still, for a Hockey Master versus Big Mom, I think that Hockey Master is gonna win. I don't think Big Mom is gonna knock out 100K.
Bro, Rayleigh he's such a dope character, bro. Like I said, I'm making a video right now, and I just been thinking about it. Like Zoro is limited to his swords, and Sanji's limited to his kicks. But we saw Rayleigh kick Kizaru. Like,
yeah, he's just a fighter. He's a brawler.
The best fighter, like as far as like he might be the best fighter of the three.
I think Roger fights the same way though.
Yeah, Roger too. But I just think like Zoro and Sanji might surpass him as far as like Zoro will be stronger, just like raw power. But I feel like just fighting wise, Rayleigh is that guy, bro. Like this guy, as a right hand man of Roger for that many years, I feel like we know Roger was fighting people on his own, but we know for a fact that Rayleigh was at God Valley too, so he could definitely hold his own.
Mm. Was he though? That's one thing.
Yeah, he was.
Is it confirmed that did he have his whole crew? Or was it just Rayleigh?
We know Rayleigh for sure because Oda said that that Rayleigh and Roger found Shanks at God Valley.
Oh, the whole yeah. You're right.
We don't know the whole crew, but I'm just gonna assume they were there.
I mean, that might maybe push a nasty agenda about Gavon and Whitebeard fight. My bad. Let me stop. Anyway,
bro,
I'm just talking.
The way I see it is like I think Garp fought Zebek and then Roger fought Whitebeard.
And Roger won. I got you.
Probably won, yeah.
I mean, he's stronger.
I mean, this is my own agenda, but I think Figurlin was there, and I think he was probably fighting Big Mom or Shiki or someone.
Probably getting his ass beat.
Why? Why is he getting his ass beat?
Because he's just a bitch, bro. I don't know.
Respect the Figurlin family, man.
He's the only strong.
I said this. Every Celestial Dragon that we know of that like becomes a fighter is always strong as fuck though.
Yes, sir.
Like Dofi, Shanks, Figurlin allegedly. Who else? It was somebody else.
Yeah, I got that Figurlin agenda, bro. I think that guy, because bro, they treat him different, bro. Like when he came into the Reverie, and then all the Celestial Dragons were just hyping, bro. Like they treat him like guard, bro, for the Celestial Dragons.
Interesting. But they stupid though, so.
I mean, it's true. Yeah, I mean, I guess anyone can look strong against them, but
yeah, that ain't saying too much, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, Big Mom consumed her whole lifespan, became stronger, so she's not weak. I mean, yeah, I don't think Big Mom right now is weaker than she was in her prime. Like, I think like when we usually, well, I can't say that for Whitebeard was sick though. I think if Whitebeard didn't have cancer, he would still be as nearly as strong as he was in his prime, right? But I think the only characters that like get affected by old age like heavily are them guys that are more closer to normal humans. Like Big Mom is not a normal human. She was like an iron balloon from the time she was a kid. So age wouldn't affect her as much as it would someone like, let's say, when Shanks get older, right? He's gonna be weaker for sure. But I don't know. Shout out to Gabon.
Rayleigh has one of the craziest feats too when he stopped Marco with his finger.
That was wild shit, bro. That was sad. He over there fighting Marco and shit. Got Gabon out here fighting Odin. Like, what's up with that, bro?
Nah, bro. Rayleigh could have fought him at least one point in the 3-day battle.
I'm glad they put that in there though, man. I say cancer nasty. I don't know what it was. It could have been STD, maybe. Who knows?
Jeez,
Bakin get out, man.
Jeepers creepers.
But yeah, one finger is wild. What was he, I would have like? What was he doing the whole time? My thing is this: there is nobody on Whitebeard's crew that can equal either a Gabon or Rayleigh, right? Because
I think he was just having fun, bro. Like,
yeah, because I mean it's pretty clear that Ray was comfortably chilling.
Yeah, he was.
And I feel like if Ray would have been fighting Odin, then Gabon probably would have been just chilling the same way because there's nobody else on that crew that's closer to the top tiers of Roger's crew, in my eyes. I just don't see it. So, like, how was this even a 3-day fight? You can tell them boys just out there having fun for real.
That's exactly what it was. I don't think Rayleigh or Gabon, like, they knew their captain is a wild boy, so they just want to let him have his little fun. But at the end of the day, like, we just gonna sit here and make sure this don't get too crazy, and then let's trade Pokemon or something once the fight is over.
For sure, man. Let me see. We had an hour and 40. Y'all boys ready to wrap it up, man?
Real quick, what y'all think about how Luffy interacted with the Go and Marry like off rip? Did that hit y'all any type of way, or was it just a part of the story?
It was cool. I get it. It was
I enjoyed it. I felt like that was a good part of Luffy displaying his character too, because he's just a child. So the first ship out there that looks like a kid's ship is just like automatically going to appeal to him. So I like that, and I felt like that was a great way of introducing Usopp to the crew as well.
I will say, yeah, it was hilarious how Usopp was like he's the he tried to make the fact that he just cleaned up shit off the fucking ship sound so sophisticated. Like the sanitation engineer or whatever. It was funny, bro.
I'm surprised Zoro even knew what all those words meant.
I was like, Zoro, you been reading, bro?
Nami was supposed to be the one to make that comment. Zoro said, I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad he knew it because I sure didn't.
Yeah, man.
One thing with Zoro, I feel like they were trying to get the point across where Zoro is an alcoholic, right? But like, I feel like there was one point where they just kept doing it too much. And it kind of was like, not annoying, but it's like,
everyone's
like I get it, bro. It's like, and same thing with Luffy. I think at one point he just keeps saying like, I'm a different type of pirate. He said like 3 times in one episode, and I mean it wasn't bad. It's just like I feel like you shouldn't have to keep saying the same thing over and over.
Yo,
yeah, every time some booze is brought up, Zoro's just like, now we're talking. Like, we get it, brother.
The drinking game with Nami was fire though.
The one part I was like, yo, that's not my Luffy. Was when those people offered him all that food and he was like, nah, and then just came back and grabbed a snack. Like, nah, that's not my Luffy.
He would have snatched the whole thing type shit.
Luffy says, I'm not a hero because a hero got to share his food. I don't want to share my, like, yo, that's literally one of the most important parts. Like, that was one part I was like, yo, this ain't my story. That may be like the one part that like irked me a little bit out of everything. Well, we done had like an hour and a half of what irked us, but in regard to like Luffy specifically, that part right there, I was like, nah, that ain't Luffy, man.
I mean, bro, even with Tama, when he first met Tama, he ate all the food and then he still asked for more, even though she's starving.
That was fucking sick, bro.
That was crazy. She had to go drink some poison water just to calm her stomach down.
I'm not hungry,
bro. That was wild. Luffy moving too nasty out here, man. Little girl out here starving, bro. I just realized I typed up the fucking matchups on the screen. Did it show up? Oh, it did show up. Yeah, it did. I'm tripping. Yeah, man.
Luffy is too funny, bro. Like,
go ahead. Send it to the Discord, Harper.
What do you think about the recent chapter?
Oh, kids roofing a low diff, Luffy.
Low diff?
Nah, I'm just talking. I don't think the fight go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you a cool theory for Zoro losing. I know Crow will enjoy this.
Bro, I like
and shout out to Mr. Bushido. But Zoro losing, I feel like Zoro is gonna be able to get the point across. Like, he's gonna be able to explain everything.
Bushi, though.
But he was telling me he's like maybe Zoro will lose because he has the magnetic, what is it, the magnetic boots, and so because he has that on, like I think it was someone, I think they said Luffy, he would have not been able to run if he had them on, but since he took them, he destroyed them so he could take them off and run. So he was saying like maybe Zoro will, his like swords will get stuck to the boots, or maybe he can't run and he has to destroy them, and Lucci will take advantage and attack him. But I still think Zoro will win. But I think it's just like I see a lot of people want the Straw Hats to lose. To me, I want them to win, bro. I want them to get a dub after becoming a Yonko crew. But yeah, it's a cool theory.
I think
Yeah, I
Luffy.
feel-
I think Zoro finna pack that boy up. I ain't gonna lie. If not, it's gonna be some uncomfortable conversations that we're gonna have to have. You know what I'm saying? But
Lucci Admiral level.
instead of upping one guy, we might have to down the other one. But that's all I'm gonna say. But now, I do think that he's gonna have. I think it's gonna be like a mid div. I ain't say he's just gonna like destroy him. But
It's really saw that with Luffy.
yeah. So why would you have him fight him again just for him to get washed again? Did I see that LeBron tag? Yeah, I saw the one that you sent in the Discord. Yeah, I saw that.
What was it?
It was a picture of LeBron, a tattoo of LeBron.
Yeah, that was wild. I ain't never liked nobody that much. I thought 1091 was dope. One thing I saw on Twitter, and it always goes back to him, but they was like, since tomorrow's backstory was told in the SBS and they put it in the story, so you know they're gonna do the same thing with Kid. I'm like, yo, them Kid people be cracking me up. They find a way to put a Kid in every chapter. It's crazy.
I like how Sanji handled Kaku. I saw the dumbest. See, this is why I don't like Zoro fans.
Oh,
Why he had just fight him though? He could have. It would have been cool to see him prove he can. Bro, why the? Shut up, bro. Please stop it. If he could be, I'm pretty confident he can beat Kaku. But in a situation like now, with 1,000 Marines at your doorstep and a Gorosei member in Kizaru, why I need to waste time fighting a fucking giraffe man when I can pack him up real quick and then move on to the next problem? Like,
why are they?
But do you think the Seraphim will free him?
It's possible, you know. But at least if that happens, then it happens after Sanji tried something smart, right? It's not, you know, he didn't. It's not he didn't do anything, right? Like he got rid of him at least to the best of his ability right now, easily.
Sanji is a smart person. He's not like Zoro would never think of that. Zoro would just pull out his swords and try to fight Kaku.
Yeah, Sanji thought fast that he you know what I'm saying, he got rid of Buddy. That was cool to me. I would see like, man, why he ain't just fight him though? Like, shut up, bruh.
Man, we need to go back to the beginning of like that time skip in Egghead is just like it's not making sense to me. I remember when we came back and we found out that they had subdued York, and we sitting in a room with Rob Lucci with his hand in his pocket. I was like, that doesn't make sense. And now it still don't make sense that you would literally let one of your enemies just sit about and hear you scheme on what's going on and not have any kind of way to have him restrained or anything. Like, none of that makes sense to me. I need some kind of understanding of why they're sitting in that room. Was Luffy just like, oh, he's not going to do nothing. I already told him I'm stronger than him. Like, that's all it takes? Like, nah, if I'm Robin, if I'm Frankie, I got to be the adult in the room and be like, yeah, you're stronger than him. Where the sea stone at? Or something.
Yeah,
like, it's
what
I
about
mean,
yeah, 'cause
Vegapunk too? What is he
they try to
doing?
kill Robin, so it's like, I mean,
Does
I agree. If
Yeah, you're right. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
nah, I mean, that's it, really.
Yeah, that was very weird. Not gonna lie.
The whole
I
York
just need
stuff
some
is
kind
weird
of
too. I mean,
explanation.
I don't know. I think Oda just kind of breezed through it because it's like I really think he didn't know where he was going with it.
I'm gonna be right back. By the way, like give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
That's cool. But like you were saying before, Preach. I want the Straw Hats to get a victory too. But in my eyes, a victory isn't beating Saint J. Garcia and beating Kizaru. The victory is having the whole Marines, all the Marines focus on you, and you're still finding a way to get out of there and get yourself to Elbath. Once you get yourself to Elbath, you're straight. I'm of the idea of let Luffy take this loss. We don't want Luffy being top one right now. If we got four, if we let's say we got 300 chapters left, we don't want Luffy being the one with 300 chapters left. I still want to see him build up to that Pirate King level. So let him, take this loss to this admiral, make it a respectable loss, but a loss nonetheless. And then we could come back, and then he could get his get back on Kizaru. I mean, all the other worst generation that got away at Sabaody, they took the losses. We like to parallel the story, so that since they took their loss here, let Luffy get his win here, just like they was able to get away from Sabaody without having their whole crew dispersed. If they found a way to make that happen and still make it respectable, that's more than fine for me.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting point. Like, it does build more of a menacing figure for the Marines as a whole, because we haven't seen the Marines at all really in the whole post time skip besides Smoker. And so I can see what you're saying. Like, it's the first time that we really see an admiral in action. And I mean, we saw Kuzan. I guess he's not really an admiral anymore, but I see what you're saying. Like, we need to see the admirals do something. Fujitora, I mean, as powerful as he was, he didn't really do anything to apply pressure to Luffy, really. And Kizaru could be the guy to do it. I mean, it's just, to me, it's like we already saw Kizaru take out the Straw Hats, and I feel like there's some similarities with Sabaody and AK where I feel like it would be satisfying to see Luffy just straight out take him out.
I definitely agree with that. But in the beginning of AK, they already gave us the out of how we could get away from Kizaru with the gloves. So, we got some ways of being able to defeat him without really defeating him. I just don't want to see an admiral taking a loss at this point. First of all, that's going to just kill all the agendas. And secondly, like I said, I just need Luffy to still be able to ascend. As of right now, I really don't got him stronger than any of the pre-time skip admirals, and I hope that ends up being true. That would just make the Black-haired pirates more menacing towards the end, and that would make the Marines more menacing towards the end, because they still got people that can handle our main character. So
he's not stronger than none of the pre-time skip admirals to me or Green Bull, but I feel like best case scenario for me as a Kizaru fan right now is Kizaru and Luffy stalemate, and it looks like an equal fight, but the fight does not end, and Luffy and the crew get away. That makes it seem as if Kizaru's Yonko level, Luffy didn't take an L, and he didn't take an L. But later on, we get the fight with Kizaru versus one of the guys under Luffy, which is either Zoro or Sanji. I don't know which one it's going to be, but if I had to bet, I'd say Sanji.
So you want Sanji to beat him, but not Luffy?
I don't care who it is. I mean,
in the
future. I'm saying like arc down the line, like maybe like after Elbath or some shit.
Yeah, I mean,
right now I don't think that Zoro or Sanji is like touching the admiral, to be honest. So
who's fighting Green Bull and Fujitora?
I like the idea that Green Bull gets captured by Crossgear.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Mihawk, that's how you, because I can't think of no other way, right? Like right now, what does Mihawk do in this story before fighting Zoro to make him look like a top tier, right?
I mean, fair enough, bro. But I'm saying, like, if Green Bull loses to Mihawk, he gets captured. I mean, Green Bull's out of the story, bro. He's out of the story for the rest of the series. So if Oda's bringing him into the series to not do anything at all,
he's already done a lot, brother. That's the mistake you're making.
Oh, boy.
All right, what has he done, bro? Let's be for real.
All right, let's do it.
He got that list.
Let's cook.
His revenge on shit.
What Green Bull has done in this story right now has beat up Fujitora, right? He captured Weevil, a warlord, something that no other admiral did. He captured King and Queen and all of the Beast Pirates alone, right? And he was about to beat all the Scabbards by himself. I mean, obviously I think that once the Straw Hats would have got involved, shit would have got ugly for Green Bull, but them Scabbards was finna get their ass destroyed. I'll tell you that much.
I don't think so because I think Yamato alone is enough to handle Green Bull.
No, she's not.
I think so.
No, bro, no way. What the fuck Yamato doing to Green Bull? She hit her with an advanced Conqueror's Haki attack.
I mean,
He
bro,
was
you
like,
want to talk about
"Youch!"
really bringing out some Haki, bro? Yamato's bringing out Congress Haki.
He already felt that. The only thing he said was, yo, that's kind of strong. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Just wait till this manga, to this shit animated. I think we got like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe.
Nah, I need to see Green Bull do something, bro. I need to see him in. I need to see him.
What
fight
is-
one of the
what is do
Red Hair
something?
Pirates or something, bro? Like he hasn't done really much, bro. Like he came into Wano, it was hype and everything, like, and then he just left. Like he didn't really do much.
Hey man, look, you gotta take your wins with your losses, like I always say. He did what he
Hey,
could.
man. In my eyes, nobody made a quicker impact in regards to character display than Green Bull. Like I loved it.
Like look at
Green Bull.
Go ahead,
Green Bull pulled up flying with a little lily on his back. I thought everything was gonna be all nice. And then next thing you know, he's standing in front of the scabbards, just talking all types of crazy money. Like, I love how Green Bull came in and just literally just gave you all of who he is in the beginning.
Yes, bro.
He loves some Akainu. He's prejudiced against people that's not working with the government. He treats himself like he's above people.
Hey.
He will run if the circumstances don't fit. Like, listen, man, those are the type of antagonists I like, man.
Prejudice is a word that has a very negative connotation, right? Let's just say he's pro-tax. You know what I'm saying?
What are you about to say, bro?
He's
I'm about to say this is a bad start.
No, he likes people that pay
Prejudice,
taxes, bro. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, what?
Prejudice has a negative connotation. I'm really, it ain't as bad as sword on sword, but that's up there.
Oh man, Green Bull basically put King fans in the place. Yeah, he definitely did. You need advanced Conqueror's Haki to beat King. No, you don't, bro. You got hit by a fucking vine.
You're telling me Green Bull is just greedy?
I think Green Bull is just a jackass, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, bro, we talked about this a million times. Some people just bad people, bro, and that's fine. I don't need a sympathetic story for everybody to feel bad for that. And I do think that Green Bull is going to have an interesting backstory involving that tattoo and all that, but it probably won't even be that big of a deal. Because the implication is that he loved the woman and something happened to the woman. That shouldn't make him as big of a jackass as he is, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, we going to get it. And I just fuck with Green Bull, bro. He's cool. He's funny to get behind him. Because, like I said, pause. Y'all know, I've said a million times, I like to support characters that don't get all the love, right? Because it's easier. I don't have to argue for how cool Zoro is. But I do got to argue against people that think Sanji is a fucking womanizer because he don't want to hit him.
So why don't you show some love to Kid?
I was trying to. I tried my best. It just
Don't you remember, my favorite moment with Crow and Kid was when we was doing the top list at the end of the series, and then he had to write a little thing of parentheses about how he felt about everything. And all the kids was going on.
I was trying to, bro.
Once that Shanks chapter dropped, any logical person would be like,
Bro,
yeah, man.
I was trying to tell y'all that Shanks would low different, bro.
No, look, this is what I said, and we can go back to the stream. I said I think that Kid is going to lose to Shanks easily, but I think he's going to do something that shows his progression of hockey. I was thinking it was going to be a class. Yeah, Zane said it's going to be a mid-diff fight. I said,
bro.
No, Kid is not for the mid-diff against Shanks, bro.
Yeah, man.
No, I was just saying, I thought it was just going to clash, and then I thought this was going to be a fight that pushed him to want to learn about Future Sight after he lost, right? Not Future Sight, Advanced Conquerors after he lost.
Yeah.
But, Jesus Christ.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Shanks is the type of person who would have, we see Blackbeard, he has his prison. Do you think Shanks will have, like, a Yonko prison where he throws Kid in jail? Or so, because I don't know, like, Luffy, if he's similar to Luffy, I don't know if he'll do it.
I don't think he'll do something like that.
So what is he going to do? But, I mean, like, Kid is trying to kill all his fleet. So it's like, what do you do with him?
I mean, you destroy his ship and you sink him to the bottom of the ocean.
Swimming with the fishes.
That's all you can do. He's a devil fruit eater. Him and Kid kill them both. So, I mean, he going to have to get saved by someone.
It's just kid's not the guy to give up though. Like if he somehow survives,
No, if
you know, if
you
he's
don't
showing
give
the
up
help
after
path,
this,
he's
I just
not
don't
going
know,
to, bro. He's
I
not.
don't know. I think, like I said, I thought, and y'all remember this at the end of Wano, I said I believe that in the next time that we get a kid arc, is going to be one that forces him to change his dream, right, or his goal from being a pirate king to being someone that has a, I won't say a white beard type dream, but one that's like, I've been putting my crew in a whole bunch of bullshit situations that they're losing because of me. Look at what's happened to Killer and everybody else. At some point, I need to be more responsible. I just need to care for my crew, right? I said that I felt like he was going to drop out of the Pirate King race and just become a more chill guy that is still very strong because he has to protect his friends. And that's what I think happened with the Shanks thing. So I think he's cool.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see, I guess, but it's not looking good for kid fans, man.
Yeah, they was loud too, man. We need to talk about how the Admiral fans have become public enemy number one on Twitter, bro.
Admiral fans?
They I think it's a lot of Zoro fans trying to push them ahead of Zoro fans. Like, that's the worst. But, like, whole time it's been the Admiral. No, let's not do that. But, they trying to, a lot of people lately been, man, these boys bad, man. I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I am not a member of a fan base of any character, right? I don't want nobody to look at me and say he's a Sanji guy, or he's a Zoro guy, or Admiral guy. I'm a One Piece fan. You feel me? I just like characters from One Piece, but I'm not the type of guy to click up and just get in a group chat full of guys to gas up certain. You know what I'm saying? That's not me, right?
I think I should start up a Frankie group chat.
That's not me. I'm not that type of guy. Personally. No, if that's how you want to consume the story, I like a lot of characters. I can't just gas
for
guys
me,
up.
When it's an ongoing series, I'm not invested into too many on the week to week enjoyment. But I feel like with stuff like that, like to me, I just see it as like a sports team. Like I'm just rooting for Zoro. I'm rooting for the Straw Hats. Certain characters I like, and that's how I see it. Like
It's
we take wins
fair.
and losses, and it makes it more fun. I mean,
But my thing is, like, I think a lot of times it goes too far to where, like right now, the Admiral guy is being public enemy, right? Everyone's just basically like shitting on Luffy, like he's gonna lose and all this and all that. Because you're an Admiral fan does not mean Kizaru is my favorite non-Straw Hat guy, along with Kobe, I'd say. And yeah, I know I like Green Bull a lot too. I love the Admirals and Marines in general, but that should not that should not skew my view of the story, right? Like, I shouldn't start saying dumb shit just to push an agenda because I like these characters. I won't sit up here and tell you that Luffy is about to get whooped by Kizaru just because I'm an Admiral fan. And I won't tell you that Sanji is equal to Zoro just because I like Zoro a lot. I'm still a One Piece fan, and I'm you know what I'm saying? These guys get on here and they do all these weird threads and, yeah. And what the fuck, who called... the cherished one. What did this come from?
The cherished one?
Yes.
Next twerk, bro.
But they say that as like Oda refers to him as the cherished one. I've never heard that shit in my life, bro.
That's wild.
I don't think that's real.
I've seen it like a couple times, bro. I don't know what's up with these guys, where they come from, but they try to get the Zoro guys to run for their money, but I don't think nothing gonna ever hit like ZKK. But it's a lot of annoying guys, you know what I'm saying, that fan base. OT gotta have one of
Oda
those.
said that he would cherish Akainu in 2015. Is that true?
If that's what they're using to call him the cherished one, it's time to end the stream, boys. Are we serious, bro? The cherished one because of that?
Oh man, Sakazuki in our group chat. Oh man, I'm surprised that's not somewhere like in his avatar or something.
I think that's where I've been seeing it.
That's probably it.
It's him in it, but it's like, it's a lot of accounts like Papazuki, like these. I don't know where these boys came from, but they wildin', but why they call it like the cherished one? That's such a funny nickname.
for a villain.
The change. That's so you'll save your girl name in your phone or something, man. I can eat them, bro. You feel me? But hey, I guess.
That's wild.
Oh no, man. But yeah. Anything else, fellas?
You play that 2K yet?
Yeah, I did. I made a big man for my first build, but I'm gonna make another one tonight, probably.
How it feel?
So much smoother. That pro play is definitely a big difference. The dribbling and all the like the new animations that they can get from having it like 1-to-1 with the gameplay is great. It feels good.
I never played as a big man before. In any 2K, I just always a guard.
I'm always a 4, yo. I'm always a
my second build is always a 4 that can like be like a hybrid lockdown and shooter and dunk. Like, you know, my second build is my fun build.
Isn't it boring to be a center though? Like just stand under the rim and get rebound.
You get them numbers though.
I make my build. I make
get
my
a rebound, get an
fun.
outlet pass. You got 8 rebounds and 6 assists before the half is out.
I make my builds to be fun, bro. My centers. I don't make my centers to be them guys that just sit corner and all the like just be boring. I make mine like to be able to shoot like post fades and take other centers. I always make them faster enough to take other centers off the dribble to the paint and shit and dunk on people. Anthony Davis,
David Robinson,
Anthony Davis,
like...
yeah, Anthony Davis, yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, we can wrap this up. I think we touched, pretty much a little bit. The majority, I feel like we got the majority of the live action. 1091 was a few weeks ago, but not a few weeks ago. It was last week, but I think we touched on the main points there. Sorry for 𝚘𝚙𝚒𝚢𝚑𝚝 though. He's packed up, but he played his role. He went down as a soldier. As we appreciate it.
Yep.
Now let's get up out of here. Yo, so I hope we don't get blue balled and we don't see like Kizaru Luffy like in the beginning. I need that right now. Stop playing Oda.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Stop playing Oda. All that stuff outside the world has already been resolved. We could just focus on concluding this egghead how we need to.
Breaks, bro. Too many break weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it was I guess because he was in LA, had to take a break. But man, let's get back to it. No, I'm just talking. Do your thing, to get your rest. We love you, Oda, but it would be nice.
One Piece is not ending, bro. One Piece is not ending in 3 years.
Oh fuck no.
Absolutely not.
Unless you're gonna start dropping 100-page chapters, it's not ending in 3 years.
2030, we gonna be reading one. We gonna be right here. 2030, yo.
You feel me? But JJ, go ahead and talk to him, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all already know. First time I said it, this chat, 𝙲𝚘𝚎𝚑𝚝 in all social media. We didn't even do it. I feel real rude, but we didn't shout out Zane. He was handling the business. Prince had family business, but the love and the thought. We always thinking of our family, our brothers. We appreciate everybody sitting here through us. We getting all these likes. It was a fun week. I was about to say it was a fun chapter, but it was fun, man. One Piece. I done got like 3 or 4 of my people watching the live action, and everybody's coming back with it with positive stories, so or positive outlooks. So the live action is doing what it's supposed to do. I know we griped a lot, but when you know the story as we know the story, you got to talk about the good and the bad justly. Don't nobody just want to sway off Oda Sack for 2 hours. Like, that ain't no fun. Shout out to the family. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. Some people been in here the whole time. I appreciate you, friend Harper, Nasty. We appreciate y'all staying through. Can't wait to see y'all next week. OPU, we do what we do.
For sure. Talk to him, preach.
Yeah, man. You can check me out on Marshall D Preach on YouTube and Twitter as well. It was a fun stream. The live action, I know we criticized it quite a bit in the beginning, but I do think I think it broke the curse. But I think it's, like I said, 9 out of 10 series, and I just want more of it. I just want to see more. And I was just really skeptical, but I think maybe the low expectations got me to enjoy it more. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun time to be a One Piece fan, bro. So I'm really enjoying it, enjoying the conversations with everyone, and yeah, it was a good stream. We'll catch you guys next week.
For sure. Y'all can follow me on Twitter at Majin Crow with a K for the Crow. Yeah, I'm just not bounce off what they were saying. Yeah, the live action was fun. I think that we complain about the differences and all that, but the differences are also one thing that made it very interesting to continue watching, right? Because if it was 1-1, it would have been a bit of a chore to just get through it if everything was the same. But I found myself excited to see like what did they change, you know what I'm saying? And for the most part, aside from the the conclusion of the Garp thing, I feel like every change was justified and warranted, and probably in some ways better than the original, So yeah, that's that's about it. Hope we do, man. Shout out to y'all for tapping in and sitting through, listening to us talk. I'm not sure. We had a couple new faces today. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Hope you liked and subscribed, and we would love to see y'all next week. And yeah, big things coming soon. OPU, we do for sure.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yo, what's up? When we get some more Majin Preach material? I'm just saying.
Yeah, we got to get back on it, bro.
Yeah, I gotta get this. All right, I got y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna make no promises. I mean, we did drop a video last weekend.
Yeah, we did a chapter review.
Yeah.
Y'all do the y'all be on y'all spoiler tip, so I still have it playing in the background. I try to support how I can, but
Now we did a review for 1091 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, y'all did.
Yeah, we got y'all. Don't worry.